competitive, people tend to try to just take possession of an area, hold it down, survive, and kill whoever comes along their path, obviously. But they're trying not to give up that position just as easily as they might on, say, Erangel or Miramar, and want to just continue to rotate through.
And no matter
it's so big.
And no matter where you land, you're more likely to find loot than if you landed at a couple of random shacks on either of those two maps. So.
Exactly, Nate. That's another fantastic thing about Sanhok is anywhere you land, you're gonna get loot.
Yeah, so we see the plane's gonna come in, going straight down the center of the map, headed south. It's gonna go directly over boot camp. And we're gonna see players jumping out already. There's a couple of key positions to keep our eyes on. Those bridges as the circle begins to close always become a point of contention. Where can you find those opportunities to get where you want to go? Who will be brave enough to go to Paradise Resort? How many players will attempt to get through boot camp? We have a couple of teams that are already going towards that northwest side, spreading out very far. Surprisingly, no one actually lands at Cal, probably scared that other people are going to end up there as the plane finishes up its run.
Yeah, speaking of scared,
he's got two people to my right.
Or we're watching Trick.
How's your lap?
It's clean. It's clean, actually. Just one dude.
One dude, we're going to get a fight right here. Let's go.
In front of us, bro.
Might see him teaming up.
Yeah, but they're not going to the one we're going. They're going to the camp.
So calling out where the other players are landing as they go down. Very important to have that map awareness of where the other competitors will be.
Absolutely. So you're not surprised when they come up on you. But it's interesting because everyone was scared, right? They went really far from the flight path. But nobody really landed directly on the flight path. Those are wide open.
Those guys to the east,
Predicament, buddy. I say we grab guns and sit inside of a fucking building.
Yikes!
Well, that's one way to play PUBG. Maybe not the most exciting way, but...
I think they're not going to get very many kills.
4 times. Crowbar.
Playing for the position over the points for the kills, it seems.
It is, but it is. You know, you got to get that placement first and foremost.
Well, getting 10 kills, but dying, you know, in the last place, or I don't know if that would really be possible, but, you know, not getting a high finish could still hurt you more than playing it slow. Yeah,
you don't want to play too aggro on competitive games because you might, like you said, find yourself out at position 35, where the points are pretty much, what, 10, 15, something like that. Nothing, and even if you had 10.
I got a whole lot. Well, those first shots coming in on Trick's side. They're trying to be aware of the opponent. He's got that.
We really need to get next to each other, man.
Yeah, no, I thought you were going to that one.
What's he working with? He's got a Vector and an M4.
He's got an extended quick draw. He's got the extended with the Vector as well, which is really important for the spray on that.
Where are you? How far?
I'm just surprised he's running with the Vector out when they're getting shot at. You'd think you'd want a little bit more range.
From what you actually we could push.
He's just trying to group up.
Is his partner?
Where'd you at?
Now we got different teams now. We got Bobette over on the southeast end of the circle.
I have no chest armor is the one issue.
Dude, there was armor in the southeast building.
That puffy jacket doesn't provide much cover, huh?
I don't have a helmet, though.
It's white, and it's super contrasting to the green.
But yeah, let's go.
So maybe not the smartest apparel.
Yeah, I guess we prefer the vest in that situation.
But maybe they're really cold. You know, the character is just like freezing. I get it, it's fine.
60, mira, para ahí.
Yes.
Sí, lo van a pasar por ese puente, gente.
They're playing in the NA, huh?
I like this guy's camera setup.
O sea, que mucha gente, si quiere venirse aquí al sur, va a usar el puente que tenemos justo ahí.
Sí.
He's also just got a great color scheme going on, too.
Wait,
that's
his
a strong
shirt,
blue.
Is he keyed out, though? I think that's not his shirt. I think that is
I mean, that's an impressive key out. He's got it to match his headphones.
Oh.
That's...
I think, yeah.
I dig it.
That's
I dig it. Teammates sharing ammo. Wow, it's better than most pub games you're going to get into with random.
I love these docks because they're just open. You can run through them and you can get pretty much everything you need, especially on duos.
But they are exposed if anybody's up at that high ground lip. I think that's just a little bit south of it as well. You have to be very vigilant in a lot of these positions.
That's when you have the water. Did you see all the
just jump in the water and hide? You one of those people?
Oh no, you don't want to. You don't want to find yourself in the water for sure. That's a super disadvantage.
That too.
But you can hide from the bullets there for a bit.
Yeah. That scared the shit out of me.
As do me.
Gotta
go to the next spot. Hold on, where's the zone at?
That central zone,
Did you loot that area 145?
Nobody has to go anywhere.
Let's go. Watch our backs too.
They're going to get on the move.
You need an AK?
Come on, Trick. Hit your. There you go. 0 kills. So it looks like they didn't get in that initial engagement, perhaps, unless his teammate has those kills. But they ran away.
I got a suppressor.
Okay, bogey on the road.
Sure.
Oh yikes!
He's got the call out. And we're back over towards Bobette in the southeast.
I need to fucking.
We gotta go back to Trick, you guys. We gotta see what was going on. He found a bogey, he said. Is he gonna shoot him? Is he gonna get got by him?
You still don't have one in this building.
Trick's totally going down.
There's a cheek pad here.
He's gonna find the vectors. Looking for sights.
I have a cheek pad. We're fine. I need
decent. I mean, he's got the long range. He's got the QBU.
Mine's only 2 bullets.
And he's looking for that.
Got an adrenaline
Looking for the sights on that to be able to use that. That's the new gun that we were talking about.
134.
You haven't used it yet, have you?
No.
Yeah, I did last night. That was my first time.
201.
Oh my god.
It's that good.
Yes, even without proning.
013.
Nice.
I'll give you one.
And it's a 5.56 DMR.
I don't need any more than 5.56. Holy shit, ton of 5.56 here.
Ton of There's always a ton of ammo.
They got lots of ammo.
Everywhere.
It's Sanok.
I find myself carrying like 300. Like, wow.
Easily.
I still need one as well.
I know someone in chat right now is writing Loot Goblin.
You know that? Like 200.
Loot Pinata.
Loot Pinata.
That's
SMG.
I have to focus on that.
Oh, there's a 2 times. I'm gonna snag that for now. Unless do you want the 2 times?
Oh no, I got it 2 times already.
Okay, they got some sites to work with at least.
Yeah. I do wonder what's going on the other side of the map.
Iron is very good.
Yeah, we did have a couple of players take it down.
Do you need it 4 times then?
Just do me 2 times. Oh, 4 times. Yeah.
No.
4 times.
Yeah, take it.
Oh, shots.
Alright, he's got the 4x for the DMR, and they hear shots in the distance.
Top of the hill. 265. Yes.
Yeah.
Get him. Run towards the shots.
Uphill on Sanok, both ways.
It's like right at the houses. 285.
Wow, a lot of action going on right now.
There it is, everyone.
It looks like that kill feed. It looks like a Trick just got taken out as well.
Oh, there was our engagement. Urban is going ham in there.
CDN just got to kill.
Flooding the kill
Urban
feed.
CDN just killed 2 people. M416.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Okay.
His stats didn't look. He had 0, 0, 0 on his stats, so who knows? Could be a sleeper. Could be bad.
But with that high ground position in the DMR, they've got the range that they need.
No point in getting
if they can get a position on the people shooting that they were able to hear before.
Okay.
They have everything they need to get
by 2. How many teams is
through
that?
this. But as you can see, these guys out in the blue, they get on this bike.
Feel comfortable driving?
How do you like motorbikes in PUBG? It's my favorite. It's my favorite vehicle.
2-seater.
2-seater. Yeah, 2-seater. 2-seater.
Yes.
Clarify.
3-seater is just dead. I mean, to be honest, to be fair, I've also killed myself plenty of times on a 2-seater.
I don't go fast on motorcycles because I don't want to get too.
Yeah, see, there you go. Drive safe, ladies and gentlemen.
Like you're going the opposite way of my marker, but that's okay, I guess.
You just gotta full send it sometimes, you know? Just hit a rock, do a flip.
Yeah, you should.
We're going for pizzazz.
No.
Exactly. Style points.
Yeah, we need some style points.
That's what we need to add to this. If you can flip your vehicle, you should just get extra points.
Switch, can we make this happen?
How much meds you got? I got 4 first aid kits, 1 med kit, bro. Okay.
So they've got the meds to heal up after they get back into the circle, which is nice. Now we're looking at.
I see him by the tree.
Turn over here.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Whoa, baby!
Nice. Ouchie wawa.
That's a good way.
Very clean. We switched to his perspective. He's like, boom, boom, team wipe, easy peasy.
You're done. But that's the thing about Sanok too is you just can't. You really cannot sit out in the open that long. They were either looking at somebody else, so they've got to wonder if there's someone down that hill, or they were just literally trying to hide. Maybe they're just hiding, which is not really what you want to do on Sanok.
It's so tough. People
you
rotate
gotta get inside
so fast. Yeah, you have to.
Someone will always be around. If you shoot, someone will find you in an instant.
Yeah, dangerous plays here. And we've got our next team running around still in the southeast side. Not having run into anyone.
If you still don't have one
not having engaged anybody.
There's a cheek pad here. Helmet.
I thought that note in the bottom right was for us.
I have a cheek pad. I
was like computing that for a second.
Mine's only 2 bullets. He has an adrenaline syringe.
Varying delays to a degree.
For his
following as many players as we can throughout the course of the broadcast.
How about meds? Med count?
2-1.
I have
2-0-1.
Who do you guys want? Who you guys rooting for in chat, everybody?
0-1-3.
See some names. Drop some names.
Never mind.
Streamers.
We're good.
Tell us how you would play so much better than everybody on here.
Ton of
Typical.
Extended mag? I'm gonna snag it.
Ooh.
It's all good. I just need a red dot if you find one.
Yeah, the QBZ was a cool addition to Sanok. For some reason, it just didn't draw me. Just didn't draw me in. I like my M4.
Oh, I love it. Full spray. You just gotta kit it out right.
I'm just stuck. I'm stuck in the past.
Stuck in the
Do
best.
you want the 2 times?
I do love an M4 though. Fully kitted
your iron is
M4.
better than, a lot better than mine.
It's been my favorite gun from the beginning, and it still has a solid place in my heart.
Do you need a 4 times then?
Oh, he's got a 6 times for that M24. So that's a really, that's a nice pickup to be able to get. As we've already seen a bit of the sniping action has some big rewards for the players here.
I love the 6x scope. I used to prefer the 4, but now I
Once they
literally.
added the variable zoom, it helped a lot with the bigger scopes.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't even touch an 8 times anymore.
I'm big on the scroll wheel. I don't even. I like the 8x
that's
even
the
just for that.
A lot of shots
just
going
zoom it out.
It's just so slow.
I think that was Urban CDN. Just got to kill. Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
Urban
those guys are
CDN,
running
just
up
killed 2
towards
people,
those shots that we were
M416.
talking about earlier. As everybody's moving in, that circle closing in.
His stats didn't look. He had 0, 0, 0 on his stats, so who knows?
Most everybody's still playing the outside.
Could
We
be
did
a-
have a
it could
team
be a
get into the
sleeper,
center
could
of
be
boot camp, which I think could be interesting, because it's a center position that's fortified. You've got walls, you've got high ground, a lot of windows
Let's
to
just chill
work
here.
with.
No point in getting aggro.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with chilling in this situation. You got an M24 with a 6x scope. You don't need to push, but constantly be aware of the flanks. I think is really important in this situation.
Yeah,
There were quite a few players over by the ruins as well that might be running into each other shortly.
What I'm curious about is our back.
Yeah.
The guys that landed
If
here.
anybody's in quarry right now, they're dead.
Wait, is this? Yeah, door's open down here. That means that honestly, that means that there's a high chance of no one being here.
Or there's a high chance someone's there. That's what I like to do. Sometimes that's the trade-off, right? Is if you close the doors, you want that protection. You want to be able to hear the door open. However, sometimes I will keep it open to fool you, to draw you in.
Yeah.
I'm like positive that's Lucy May. Oh, look,
That's me. Hi. How are you, dude? What's who? Where?
You're famous.
Deadpine. Deadpine.
The dream. He's watching us. Nice. The dream.
We're watching. You're watching us. Watching you. Watching us.
That we were talking about.
Watching everything.
Watching all the
They both
things.
got shit on. Or miscommunication.
Split tactic at the beginning. That's I don't know.
Oh, there's one straight low.
Yes, go for that.
Put that M24 to work, boy.
You know, I'm not about the bolt action for some reason, but with the M24, I love
There's
it.
a guy right on the other side of this house.
I won't pick up a car, but I love the M24. I guess just because, you know, the bullet velocity is so much.
It's an awesome gun.
Oh,
nice.
baby.
I'm just finishing him.
Right in the kisser.
Yeah, you got to get... Sometimes players might
There's no one
bait
in
a
the house
player,
floor?
an enemy player,
You're loading
to
my
get
gun?
their teammate, but in this scenario, completing your kills will get you those points.
Yep.
Okay, I'm back.
So it's almost more important.
Yeah, you get
I
points
wanted
for
it first.
every kill. So good pick
Alright,
off
so yeah,
there.
I was
He
right.
saw
That
the
is Urban
teammate, but you know
CDN. I
what?
remember seeing it.
Recognize that, hey, I
Wanna
don't need
prone
to
really quick?
force
Just
this
this minute.
fight. I could just finish the guy off on the ground, and I'll be totally all right.
Sorry, Stream. If you heard any clapping there, that was me killing a mosquito.
Okay.
Yeah. We're also
Yay
trying
me.
to pick up some kills over here.
Yeah,
as much as we
wait.
can.
I'm a fragger on the desk. Let's go.
You don't get points, but we've got another team looking up the hill. Trying, they've spotted some players
With the
very
red
far
dot.
away. That red dot's not going to do a whole lot in this situation. He's going to have to lead those shots real nice.
They are either really excited to get kills or they're super scared. I can't tell.
He's got eyes on him.
Okay.
Is he trying to direct for the teammate?
Don't do
Does
it
that
yet.
teammate have a scope?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people still outside of the circle.
He's taking those shots across the
There you
river.
go.
Gets the down.
Is that M4, baby?
Able to pick up a good kill there. Looking for the teammate by the trees.
I'd almost push back around out the backside of that house to get a line of sight over on the left, their left.
Yeah, I
He's
mean,
just gonna sit back there and heal.
using
Or-
that position to try and get a crossfire with the teammate, or at least flank the player, and really give you
Yeah.
a lot of options
rough
there.
this fight?
It did look like he got
Yikes.
shot off on him towards the end.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna be good because that guy had to cross the water. He was out
Yeah.
of the blue zone, so
Alright,
those
take
guys,
it,
I guess,
take
could
it.
technically
I'm
have
on
just
the
chilled in the house. There's money on the line, after all.
Yeah, playing for a lot. We've got a boy over here. I like the wheel he's got set up in the background. He's ready to spin that for victory. He's kitted with the M4 and that Vector. The Vector is so satisfying to use nowadays.
Yeah, since the buff they gave all the SMGs.
Yes, as long as you've got that extended on it, because it sprays out its bullets in like that fast.
Yeah.
Someone in this building.
And the suppressor on it.
Get him! Oh, man! Jenna Marbles goes down with the Vector. By the Vector.
Looking for
Where's
the
your teammate?
Got to secure the kill, get the points. Cash money, cash.
Jenna Marbles is dead.
Very to the point. And his
Backside of this
communication.
building. Backside of this building. On me. Pushing
Save
me.
your teammate, hurry! No, your teammate's dead! Get good, get him, bro!
He goes to that Vector spray. It's so good. Oh, I love it.
All right, well, at least they wiped that team out, and they're able to at least keep going.
Yeah.
His teammate's down. That's a bummer.
It's
but
an extra kill. It's more points. And by eliminating the team, they move up now in the overall placement. So it's better than nothing. Well, it's always that tough feeling when your teammate goes down.
Well,
and you're like, oh, go on without me.
Well, even in that moment, or here he comes, he's going to go loot. It just feels weird to loot your teammate. You're just kind of like, bro, take your stuff. But thanks.
It's always an opportunity to remind them that they died and you didn't as well. You know.
He served his purpose. He baited him out. He found him at least, and so that way his teammate did get the kill.
Yeah.
They split up. It was good. They had to do that.
Well, now he's got all the loot he could possibly need. Tons of meds, suppressors, scopes, and the circle is continuing to close in.
That shit.
Just on the west side of Quarry. Decent bit of open space, but anybody that goes down to that Quarry, that's a difficult position to play out of. A lot of low ground. Not a crazy amount of cover. You kind of have the plateau in the center of that you can work with, but that's not where you want to get stuck.
Yeah, I avoid the Quarry at all costs. Do not want to be down there because it's so bright too.
Yeah.
So it's easy to spot movement.
You stand out very, very easily there. And he's just chilling. He's like, well, I'm out here without my teammate. I've got to play it a little bit close to the chest. He doesn't. There's no revives for him at this point of the game. He sees that supply drop coming down.
I dare you. I'll give you $5.
I'm all alone.
Moody, if you get that crate. Give me your PayPal.
We're back to Luzu.
Hay más gente abajo. ¿Ya has dado?
He's got that QBZ on the high ground looking around.
Guardas tirando
Some grenades coming in towards him. But they've got the high ground. It still has the DMR. Don't know what the sights are on that at the moment, but whoa, great catch on the side.
Oh,
the player going for his teammate. He's able to flank it.
Queda uno. Estamos fuera de zona.
Well, knowing Hambinooo, he went that way. His teammate's probably on the other side. They're
No.
probably facing the wrong way. Oh, I see the blue there. Coming on the left side. But I guess his teammate just decided to bail. He was like, go, bro. Go without me, like you said earlier. Go for the placement.
And we've got, I love
this helmet.
This helmet just gets me. So, oh, goodness.
I want to know if does it not get foggy in there?
Right here.
Oh, he's got a voice changer.
If I take off this mask, will you die?
They're being shot.
Oh my gosh, it's giving me all the feels.
We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait.
They're gonna wait inside. I mean, they're also asking to get hit with a molly or a nade in there.
I'm kind of scared right now, TBH. Not even about this gameplay. Just
we don't need to provoke people.
The bananaman killing people.
Yeah, he's doing a lot. He's doing worse, dude. Nice.
They're very terrified of bananaman.
I'm terrified of the streamer.
How do you get that helmet in game?
It sucks that, as you'll see, this shack this little house is only by itself. So it's not like they can go into a bigger one. They have really no option. So we have to be in here. Yeah, and it's kind of their best bet, to be honest. It does suck that they are one grenade away from death, but yikes.
Unfortunate there.
Oh, this is the guy that took out Hambinooo.
Yep.
So he must have found his teammate.
Swagger knocked down Palm. And he's heading down, and that circle is bringing everybody nice and close together. Good spread out game, and now all those bullets get to rain past and through everybody that's left. He's going to pop that first aid as he continues his way into the next circle.
It's about to be a major cluster right now.
Yeah, he's got to keep his head on a swivel. This is Woody. He is nice in that little center building just outside of Quarry. And I wasn't sure if he saw someone on his left side there. He's looking forward. He can see what looks to be some of those shots landing from the other players shooting at each other just on the south side of the circle.
On the right side.
And we've got bananaman.
People on the street.
That is an interesting rotation by those two that just walked across the street casually.
Yeah. I'm loving the bananas all over the screen, by the way. Just great. Really sticking, committed to the character.
And they're moving.
Like
See him moving?
Yeah.
He's
Kind of
still
tilting around.
I would expect nothing less.
Oh, behind.
Wait, back.
Oh, yikes.
Ah, bananaman cornered, pinned down on that tree. Nowhere for him to go.
9 alive, about to be 8. Push him, push him. He's healing.
Yeah. Get
Push
the
him,
side,
bro.
get the side. Get the toe shot. Oh, he's shooting back. Oh, ouch.
That guy kept peeking the same side. He was just asking to die.
Yeah, scooped his head clean off there. He's got 3 kills now, Woody. Not bad. With 8 remaining for him, is that circle gets smaller and smaller.
I wonder how many full teams are still left.
Can't be too many at this point, but we do have quite a few solo guys that have been running around. So, hard to say for sure. He's going to pull that vector out while he heads towards these buildings. And close quarters, it's going to be hard to match this in terms of firepower. He's going to use that adrenaline shot, get that energy all the way back up as it goes down to 7.
I mean, there's only 6 other people left, so you might as well just take all the stims you can, heal up 100%, get his speed up, and be ready to start firing down at everybody that's going to be trying to come into the area. That's the only place with houses. Where's the next one going to go? I hope it's going to shift off these houses. It has to.
It's got it, right?
Oh, no, but it's not. He's safe.
One of them's still in there, and he's just looking out. Everyone's got to move towards him now. 5 players left. Woody playing this one very cautiously at this point. He's made it very far. He's looking out with the M4. He's got the vector fully loaded, ready to go if anyone gets too close.
Is that footsteps I'm hearing? What would you do in this moment right here, Nate? I mean, there's money on the line.
Man, you just try to focus as much as you possibly can.
The issue is, do we push now or do we wait?
We've gone back a little bit. We're going to see.
But would you peek all that? Would you keep watching?
Or
would you want to just hide?
I feel like you try to sit still
Yeah.
and have that vector just aiming just the entire time, looking for whoever comes towards you. He catches sight on somebody.
I think that's our man.
240.
Oh, no, that's, yeah.
They're engaging. Now, this is dangerous because it should be at least, at most, it should be 1, 1, and 2. At most, that's what it could be. Or it could be 4 individuals.
Right.
But there can't be 2 other teams left. He knows that since he's the solo. Gets a good shot off, but not able to pick him off just yet. He's going to push.
Oh, I wouldn't have.
He's got the grenade. He shoots. And he scores. He's got Ashek down. Comes in with the vector. It's a 1v1 situation.
Oh, I hear the footsteps. They're outside.
And he gets the kill. Nice. Woody picking it up. 6 kills. First place.
Dang. That's going to put them in a good lead. This music, though. Wow, we're jamming right now.
That's good. Team Dark Horse. That's their name.
Yes.
Oh, goodness. I don't know if that's super appropriate considering they win the first match. You'd expect them to come back in the end to take it all, but Woody Styling, killer, B13.
Congratulations.
First chicken of our NA segment today here at the broadcast.
That was really good. He had confidence, had kept his composure through it all. He lost his teammate kind of halfway through, but he still
he held it together.
Through. Yeah.
He held it together nicely, and just he had I like the kit that he had, M4 Vector. That's what I like. Using that in the close quarter situation. Also, great grenade usage to force that end fight. He was able to turn it into a 1 versus 1 and then another 1v1, and he kept his cool the whole time.
And that guy just pushed right on in. He was like, I don't even know where you are. But
no fear.
Yeah, probably wasn't necessarily the smartest idea on that man's part, but I think he just learned his lesson not to do that next time. But you know what, guys? If you haven't seen these amazing Twitch Prime skins, check it out. Spa Day Crate skins. If you are a Twitch Prime member, make sure to scoop those up before they go away so you can look oh so relaxed.
Can look like you're chilling at the beach, at the resort while you're playing PUBG.
They don't even show you one of the best parts, and it's the shoes. There's like purple shoes that
you would be on top of the shooting, Lizzie.
I mean, you know.
I'm more about, I like that vest, personally. The little...
I mean, I said it before, but I want an IRL Twitch robe like that.
Yes, please.
That'd be great. So, but you guys, we're going to tally up the score right now, all the points, and we'll be back with that information so you can check out the leaderboard right after this.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Broadcaster Royale here, powered by Twitch Prime. I'm Nathanius.
And I am Matchroom. I missed out on game 1. Really excited to be jumping in here, though. It seems like Sandhawk were down really well. Woody Style showed up, performed. I love that inning push that he did on it. It's just a phenomenal game to start the day off.
Yeah, great first match. Sandhawk always provides those exciting, explosive games. And we're going to be looking at some of the highlights of our first map. If you somehow missed some of the action, there was a lot of it going down. Some snipes with that new QEU from far away. And just snipes all day, baby.
I mean, that's kind of the name of the game. Whenever you come in Sandhawk, it's a lot of different positioning points you can play and get those nice long-range shots, but then it's all about the close range. You can see slowly and steadily we just start creeping up closer and closer, and you just get caught in this jungle warfare, and it is so much fun to watch.
Yeah, a lot of good spray control by these players that we were able to see, especially out of Woody towards the end, using that vector to great effect, but also playing these positions with the peaks super well.
So patient. He was so patient.
Yeah, and rushing in as
shot
soon as the opportunity presented itself.
Comes in, throws down the nade, lines it up, gets the down, and just rounds the corner. You just love seeing confident play like that come in.
Yeah, that's the action that you expect out of Sandhawk. That's the fun out of PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. We do have our first kills that we're going to be looking at to see who stacks up where as far as teams go. Our top 10 team kills so far, New here is leading with 6 combined kills.
Look at that. We've got so many people at 6 kills at the direct time. We've got Niware, Aiekillu, and taosse, I guess is how you say that. Team Dark Horse, who got the win in the last round, and Cavmains all coming in with the strong 6 kills.
Yeah, Team 2, they're showing up. They've got some good kills. Not very creative with the team name. They're just like, yeah, it's just us.
Hey, sometimes it's about creativity. Sometimes it's just about going out and murdering the world.
Yeah.
And in this case, looks like that's what they're going for.
They're just here to win. We're going to be looking at our next set of standings. I believe it's keeping tabs. Top 8. Team Dark Horse, of course, getting first place, net 200 points, plus those 6 kills, giving them up to 24 bonus points, securing them in first place so far.
And one of the interesting things to note is H1Z1 Survivor, a.k.a. Bananaman, coming in 5th down there. I know he's probably one of the crowd favorites. Kind of get curious at this point. At what point do people start stream sniping Bananaman?
That's the level of fame that you reach at some point. He started out as a meme, and then eventually new ones built around him. That team that we were talking about, I think the second place team in terms of kills was not actually up there. So they got a lot of kills, but they were not able to get the finishing place that they needed to get high up there in the standings. That's, I think, an interesting thing that we're going to be trying to keep track of throughout today's show is how often is it worth it to go for those kills, especially early on when the position is in jeopardy.
Well, it all comes down to the point system. Naturally, whenever you come in first, that's what everybody's about. PUBG is about survival, so you get the 200 points for that. But with all these kill points, each kill being 4 points, those can stack very quickly. And we see those regularly in events be the differentiator between first, second, and third. It's always just pretty close right in that little gap.
Yeah, every 2 kills pretty much moves you up a position since it's 5 points differentiating in those spots. But we want to know who you guys have been cheering for, who you are pulling for in our tournament today. Make sure to tweet us with the hashtag Broadcaster Royale. We want to know what is on your minds.
Oh, and naturally in Twitch chat, we already know what's on your minds. We can see what's going on. I saw a couple of references to where is so-and-so and where is so-and-so. Remember, there are multiple weeks of this event that are going to be going on.
Yes.
As well as wildcard positions coming into play. So just because you don't see your favorite streamer right now doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to see them throughout the event. But let's be honest, Twitch chat's still going to be like, where's Shroud? They do it every single event.
It's impossible to please everyone. We love you.
It's going to happen.
And if there's someone playing here that you want us to look at more, everybody that's competing today is also streaming. You can also check those players out, clip them, send them to us, show us what we're missing out on if we're not following the people that you want to see the most as we get ready for our second map today. And Sandhawk always gives a good start, but we're going to be playing through the other maps today too. Do you have a preference? How you feel on the Miramar versus Erangel train?
Well, naturally I cast a lot of competitive, so I love Erangel. That's just kind of where I live. I spend 90% of my time there. It's really nice to actually step away every once in a while and get some Miramar. Miramar is kind of a trap, though, because Erangel kind of teaches you to, like, take these long-range shots, execute off of them. With Miramar, there's a lot of little dips and different positions that you can play around. So you have to be careful with these. Like, you can see so far in Miramar.
Yeah.
And you want to go like, I want to hit that shot that's like 800 meters, but then you can't close the kill on it. So a lot of times you end up taking those shots, giving away your position, and that guy that's hiding in the trench right behind you just jumps up and murders your duo or your squad, depending on what you're playing inside of. So going to be interesting to see how teams adapt to the different play styles that each map provides.
Yeah, I agree. And I think another thing important is, you know, with how much everyone's been playing and talking about Sanhok, and of course we start off with Sanhok, you got to make sure not to get into that mindset of, oh, well, yeah, I'm just going to land on, you know, super far outside, random 2 or 3 houses, should have everything that our duo needs, and that's not going to be the case on these other maps. You're not guaranteed to find as much loot as you would on Sanhok, so the slow play is a little bit riskier to pull off.
There's the big risk that comes in whenever you're playing Miramar, because if you go to the edge, which is usually what a lot of teams like to do, which is the safe play, Miramar has a lot of odd transitioning points. So we're going to see, I'm willing to bet the guys that really studied, really come through, and girls, got to be careful about that one in this event. They're going to make sure that they're dropping a little bit more centralized in places where vehicles are at, because vehicles are huge on Miramar. They're a requirement on any of the larger maps. Sanhok, you can kind of get away with running and gunning a little bit more, but Miramar, you could see a hard shift away from you, and if you're on foot, that is just a death sentence.
That is not fun, and I believe our lobby is getting set up. I think our next game is going to be on Erangel, which should be great. Would you have a favorite drop spot on that map, personally?
Depends on who I'm playing with. Like, if I play with people that are some of the run and gun styles, naturally you drop center. I'm not one of those, like, let's drop school or let's drop pachinki kind of players. I like to kind of drop in and move into transition points, because look for where the circle's going to go and try to catch free kills based off of that. Then take all the loot from the people that dropped into the hard drop locations.
I'm personally a fan of Prison myself.
I still have to call it Crater from back in the old days.
Crater, yeah. There's a couple fun names for it, but yeah, the Crater. I like that spot mostly because it just gets weird with the cliffs on the outside, and if you can land on the top of the big building on the bottom.
Well, there's also that really interesting spot that's inside of Prison, that there's this little cave that's kind of hidden back in the back. If you look on this the northeastern area, you can kind of like crawl back inside there and nobody can find you, which is kind of an interesting thing to have happen. If you haven't gone there, I firmly tell everybody that's watching right now, go just check it out at least once. There's not a lot of places like that on the map, and it's just kind of like this little hidden cubby.
And we're getting ready to start up our second game here. Hope you're all having a great day out there in this great, big, wide world as we move to Erangel, our OG PUBG map here at the Broadcaster Royale. You've got a little bit of everything, and that plane will be taking off soon. But,
just taking a nice view over ruins, which is one of my favorite places for the game to end on, because it's just chaos when that happens. But we do have the airplane that is up and active. So with this, you can see that we're going straight down the middle of the map. Pretty much everything is on the table. Anybody can drop anywhere that they want to go. This is about as friendly of a plane path as you can get.
Good couple of drops here over the military island. I like it. We should be seeing some good early scraps. There's only a few ways to get out of this position. If that circle's on the north side, we're going to see Swagger coming down over that military camp. And I'm excited to see how quick the action gets going, because sometimes people play really slow, but the opportunity is here. These players want to capitalize on it.
Now, here's the big thing about it is whenever you drop on military base, it's such a risk, because if the circle goes really far north, like you were just talking about, it is so hard to disengage from fights in here, and you still have to find vehicles, and then you still have to go across the bridges, which could be camped in this situation. Usually in a lot of the competitive events, we don't see bridge camps come into play, but we might actually see it in a plane path like this, because you know different points can play a lot of strong positions. In duos, you can just go over the gas station or ferry pier, make an easy transition over. Milta, just make the transition over, and now you've got both bridges blocked.
Yep, and I think especially with the way that the plane starts in military, the players that were headed further north saw how many people dropped out there, so they know the opportunities here. Teams focusing on getting vehicles, of course, on Erangel. It's going to be very important, as you do not want to get caught having to run to the opposite side of this map. This is our OG, this is our big one.
Yeah, and I mean, you can make a lot of plays around it. It's all going to be about positioning. I'm kind of curious if anybody sets around different points. Naturally, the story is going to be kind of told whenever we see where the circle goes to. See, everybody's still just presently in their separate out points. They're going out trying to get something on this. And we're going to jump over here with EhhDannn TheGodlyNoob.
To your right. It's going to be in the middle of the field somewhere.
I always love listening in on conversations.
He's looking for somebody who's going to try to run someone over. Are they coordinating a...
Yeah, he's out there.
Feeding information. You know somebody's hiding in those bushes if that's what they're trying to do right now. Look over, sees it, and he jumps over it.
Whiffs.
Can he make it out on the side? There's nowhere to hide. There's no trees. This is just a matter of trying to cut the corners as fast as you can. You got to shift in every single time. It's almost like a rodeo right now. There's this giant bull that's just coming after you, and you have to fake it out repeatedly. That's 3 times in a row, still managing to survive. The corner's going to get cut. Does he manage to jump it? Just barely.
This guy is running with the bulls. I did not think this would be the first bit of action we saw on this map, but
couldn't quite do it. Sony D.
Somebody get
it was a valiant attempt, but finally the bull wins and gets taken down.
This is how we start off our second game. All right.
Just North American things. Just North American things, man. This is why I love North America. Everybody is not afraid to make the play. They'll go for the kill, but I mean, I got to give kudos to Sunny D. That's a hard thing to try to live through.
Yeah, you're stuck in an open field with someone coming at you, and it's full NA as we like to say. That's
we did see the circle there for just a second. Looks like we're going to be in the northwestern area of the map, so going to give us a nice position. A lot of the guys that went down to military base going to have their work cut out for them, making the transition up and through. Looks like we might actually see one team that could go for a bridge camp on the eastern side, but right now it's all going to be about how these different teams make into a different point. One big thing to note, see the river that cuts right through the middle of this? Teams are going to have to choose whether or not they go to the north or the south, and that's going to be a big dictating factor in how this plays out, because then the circle could shift either direction after that. Naturally, it could stay in center and make the river still a play factor, but there's so many little bridge camps you can kind of position around along the river, and
great driving.
Gonna land it? Yeah, it should
This guy is a stunt driver. Don't try this at home. He's a trained professional.
So I'm just kind of curious at this point how many teams are going to go to the north or south. Like one of the safer way to go is go to the north, because you know most of the teams are probably going to be encroaching from the south. But you can kind of double think, somebody just hit themselves with a car. It happens to us all.
Take those 2 energy drinks and just pop them.
Yeah, put it in park before you jump out and start running.
Driver NA. But it took me so long to ram that guy.
Don't pop both. There's
hey, at least he acknowledges it. Yeah, he's just like, I'm the worst driver in NA. Although that's a tough competition right there. I've watched a lot of streams and some competitive play. There's some pretty bad drivers out there. I mean, okay, everybody has that one person that they play with that is just not allowed to drive.
That guy.
You're that guy?
I'm that guy.
See, I'm like the driver on my team. That's the default thing that I usually end up doing on it. So
see, I think that's because I'm the driver. You know, you get put in a situation where you have to drive more, and naturally you're going to run into those situations more than anybody else because you're driving all the time.
You're from LA, right?
No, I'm not from here.
Okay, well I was gonna say I'm coming down to LA, and I have to say everybody in LA seems like terrible drivers. So it's not your fault. It's like you just kind of acclimate to the area around you.
That could be it. Where I'm from, we would call it the people from New Jersey. Pretty similar situation back northeast.
All right, and so here we are with Miss Lumi coming out here and playing with Ashek. Actually an old pro, played through a lot of the very early events coming through here. Now kind of doing a little bit more of the streamer event kind of stuff coming through. So interesting to keep an eye on this. They actually performed fairly well. I believe they are in our top 5 at the direct time.
All right, good to keep track of. They have that northeast position. I like some of these spots for hanging around, and whenever the circle gets over towards this area, those couple of tall buildings right there give you a lot of areas to overlook, and you have that cliff as well. And they're going to be approaching that circle from the north side, but it does seem to be favoring the southern side of that river as it continues to close in.
I think that we're on 2 different time frames at the direct time. I'm not certain. We're kind of time traveling right now because I think that a lot of the players were still.
The streamers are using varying delays, and we're keeping up with them. So
come through. Well, it just means that we get a time travel back and forth all over the place. It's amazing.
So get to see a couple different frames of reference.
Coming back over here with these guys, nice positioned up. Got the AKM with the silencer on it.
Ooh, baby.
Running a nice skin on it as well. Gunplay and gun selection has gotten a lot more diverse over the past couple of patches, and I really like it. Some players are specifically still sticking with like the tried and true double AR, but also we're seeing a lot of SMG and DMR play come into effect. I've actually started leaning more that direction myself. Kind of curious that he passes on the DP, because a lot of people have really come around on the DP, specifically because of how fast it can destroy vehicles. I mean, that thing just shreds a vehicle if anybody drives by.
I think he's got the...
He's playing with smacetron. I gotta say, I like smacetron. I think he's really cool.
I love characters.
Anybody, if you're watching this and you're like, okay, this guy's pretty cool, please go follow their stream. That's part of this.
Yeah,
we want to introduce everybody to all these cool streamers. Give them some love.
I love this. I love this.
It's like ridiculously sci-fi. I couldn't imagine playing with him though, but a vehicle explosion coming through. Ashek and Miss Lumi netting themselves 2 free kills off of it.
Goodness, that's not how you want to go out. That you has blowing up.
I always love the vehicle explosions though. They're just like so beautiful. The way it kind of like hops and it just like all the smoke billows out.
Especially when you're there and you get to see it up close and all your teammates are yelling at you at the same time. That's really that's a big part of PUBG for me.
Oh yeah, yelling with teammates. That's the way me and my friends play. We're not casual like, okay guys, we gotta go with this. It's like, oh my god, they're everywhere. Look to the left, look to the right. All about information. That's the big thing a lot of people don't get about PUBG is it's a lot of information gathering.
Yes.
Like, that's where these slow parts come into play, specifically in the mid game. The early game is about survival, get your loot, try to figure out, get all the resources that you need to kind of push yourself through the middle game. The middle game is all about figuring out where everybody's at, trying to figure out the right path to make it into smaller condensed circles and kill as you go through. And then at the end, it's just run and gun and try to survive. I mean, we still have 55 people alive right now.
Yeah, playing a lot around the positioning, and I think really importantly, trying to make sure that your rotations are going through safe areas where you don't get caught off guard, you don't get jumped like that.
And that's a big part of it, is understanding the map. One of the fun things about whenever we have something like Sandhawk come out is finding all these new rotation points and different paths that people can play along. I absolutely love it. So got the map up and you can kind of see where everybody's at. We've actually got some people north of Stallber still next to each other. That's an interesting point to have a couple of duos posted up at. But it looks like just about everybody else is making their safe way in. We actually do have hcjustin inside of a boat, opting away from just trying to do any of the bridge camp style situation.
Yeah. Scared to run into anybody over there. We have an engagement taking place. As you can see, he's got that 4X on the M16, trying to look out over the hill.
This is kind of the risky part. Whenever you hear the shots, you just got to take the risk on the peak, because whenever you go loud in a position like this, so many different duos could see you. So it's all about take the shot, hit it, pull back, try to get more information off of it. Looks like he did get a line of sight on him. Can he line it up from here? I think it's just a solo, so if he can connect on here, this should give them a free path through the Badlands.
Unfortunately, not able to make that shot as it appears, and we've got smacetron's team now over here, trying to be very careful. A lot of shots coming in around these buildings. He turns and peeks around the side with that suppressed AK, gets a few shots in and picks off Kate Stark with that AKM. Not bad at all.
And getting a little bit vocal about it. You can tell that they're pumped about it, given their conversations.
That's the adrenaline. You're competing. There's money coming in.
That's the fun of PUBG. Whenever you take down that other duo, you just get hyped about it. You feel good, you know? Like, a lot of times it's just die, like respawn, come back in.
Brings out your inner animal instincts.
Each kill, you're just like, yes, I love it. Continue on the path.
I mean, did you have to go to that length? Maybe.
Oh, well, apparently they're going to take screenshots of it.
Yeah.
Got to go full emotes there. Well, I mean, let's be honest. A lot of these streamers know each other. They got to meet each other. They got to take it to Twitter. That's the way that this is going to go. That's kind of what you love. Whenever you see different people that kind of know each other. Well, at least I hope they know each other.
You're just trying to build that wrestling storyline, you know. Get all the drama, set it up for the next match, and get revenge, hopefully. Or end up getting killed and teabagged again, which could also happen.
Either way is great for Twitter and social media. You know that they love it. Twitch chat is fine with it either way.
Gets the clicks.
So with this, we're over here with aiekillu and taosse. I really hope that I'm saying those names properly. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know every single streamer's name. Don't hate me on it.
I think this is one of our teams that did really well in that first match. So in terms of the kills, they were the second team with 6 between the two of them. So definitely a threat.
Now, I always find it interesting to see which teams lean into playing in buildings and which ones like to play terrain. Usually, the more confident killers tend to play terrain points, so that way you have all the angles that you can play out of. The guys that are just kind of playing for position and safety tend to lean inside of the buildings.
That's why I'm always inside the buildings.
Just hide out, you know, just play inside of there. That way, less chance of dying.
Get my SMG with the suppressor, and I'm good.
Well, there's the risk both ways. Naturally, when you play the terrain, anybody can see you. But whenever you hide inside of a building, people can kind of like hold up on the outside of it, make it very hard for you to get out of the building, or you could lose your vehicles, all that other stuff. The little terrain dips, you can hide vehicles in and just like pop out and just murder some people.
Hold those positions against you. They're talking about their position now.
Well, this is a risky spot, specifically where they're positioned up at. They might be expecting a couple of people to kind of like drive by, because there is the bridge that's right up in front of them. So they're just trying to see what all is happening around them, because, again, you got to get that information. You got to figure out how you're going to get out of this specific position, because if they have to cross to the south, they have to cross that bridge or the river, and that's just wide out in the open either way.
Yeah, that's you have to be careful with the amount of positions that you're going to expose yourself in when you're trying to move out. But they're holding this building spot. I mean, really, you're just, as long as you're communicating with your teammate and you don't get completely caught off guard, there's a little bit of wiggle room if someone tries to get you on the outside.
It's probably the most dangerous spot for us, but
Ooh, they're talking about.
So they acknowledge it. They know how they're coming through here.
This bar in my face.
Oh, I mean, come on. We all know that about the buggy. Whenever you're in first person, the bar is not necessarily most. I hate going uphill in the buggy just because of how much, like, you just lose all vision when you're trying to go through there.
Assess the situation.
Yeah, that's what he wants to stop and actually just look around and be like, okay, let's see what we can actually see, not keep speeding forward and potentially getting caught off guard by something that they didn't spot earlier. They've got the scopes to move forward at a reasonable rate, depending how far they are from where that circle is.
And I love how now that we've gone over to where a map that everybody knows really well, we still have 62 people alive at the direct time. Everybody knows how to play around the different train points. Everybody knows how to stay alive. And that just means that the longer that this goes on, the more explosive the game is going to get. Because there's going to be eventually that point where everybody's going to be able to see each other, and it's just going to go insane. And that's the point I love inside of PUBG.
There's no way. I checked. There's nothing there.
His mind is blown that he's looking for some drinks and apparently did not find any. Splitting it with his teammate though. And they've got a ways to go to get into that next circle.
Yeah, you can
The
tell by the
tensions are
response,
running
he's
high.
like, oh no. Everybody hates the hard shift. You finally make it inside, come outside from the blue, land, and then...
I finally made it.
No.
It's like, well, now you have to go another 20 kilometers to get out of here.
Yeah, good thing too.
Popping over here with hambinooo, which is a pretty fun name, I have to say. Both these guys, I Am Swagger and hambinooo. That's kind of one of the fun things I love whenever we do these kind of qualifying events, is seeing all the people that have like the awesome names coming into it. It's just a blast.
Oh yeah.
So with this, we are seeing that we are finally starting to shift away from the river. Looks like it's going over into the Gatka Flatlands, which could be really important because there's just wide open plains over there. There's like
not a whole lot of
nothing
space
to hide.
on.
We're gonna see a lot of people trying to like snake their way through, having to find like a bush to hide
Prone
in.
tactics.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a lot more about who can hide and who can get to those positions early, because that's gonna be a big problem. A lot of the train pieces and the buildings are gonna go away real fast, and finally the bridge camp starts to pay off.
Ooh.
One gets knocked down. Is he gonna line up the shots? Gotta go for the reload, so only gets one, but lit the second one.
Killer B13 taken down.
And follows it up. Teammate manages to pick it up, so with that, they get the 2 kills.
Nice.
And another approach coming through on here. hambinooo holding down that angle and gets a double kill for it.
hambinooo. These guys going absolutely ham. Insane.
Now they're just trying to assess. You can tell the information's being sent from one player to the other one, trying to figure out where that last player was. Sound like they said that they saw somebody. It's going to be the guy that's positioned off on the outside of it in the high ground position near the wizard tower. But bringing up the map now, you can see there are still a ton of people outside the safe zone right now. They're going to have to work their way inside. But look, there's not a lot of real good positions to play around. There's that area to the north of Gatka, like in Chopsticks area. But that's really about it. I'll be interested to see if anybody actually plays Everest in this game.
Yeah, all the north side players as well. We were talking about that river. That's where they've been crossing into each other. That's this beautiful spot that hambinooo's been holding down. Is looks like some shots being taken on that north side earlier.
Just kind of listening in.
Yeah,
Love all the billboards coming up for the upcoming events, all hiding around everywhere. Kind of curious to see if anybody's actually efficiently used those as cover at any given point.
Let's go, Hammy, let's go.
Let's go, Hammy, let's go.
Welcome to the Hamlianaz. So with this now, we're popping over here with Heather Leet, making a run through. Lots of kitties on the stream. I also like, look at those headphones.
Yeah.
That's something special.
Hey, it's on brand. It looks like.
That's the big thing playing through here.
Always be on brand. Unfortunately for her and her teammate, though, it looks like they're running through the blue, and they've got a good distance to go to get out of it.
And no vehicles, just on foot. This is just going to be a matter of war of attrition. How many stims do they have? How many bandages? I mean, it's still fairly early, so it's not going to be like the end of the world. But if they haven't had a good loot phase, man, this
depends on the
could
meds.
be
I mean,
it
the gear didn't look crazy, and the weapons didn't look crazy either. So I'm a little bit concerned for them as we're back over here.
Where do you want to go? Which way do you want to go?
Holding this little valley area. They've getting in the buggy.
Fucked up, is it?
I'm going back.
Looks like they're just going to exit from this location. They are outside in the blue. Not got too far to go, but looks like they'd stopped before going over the hillside, get a little bit of information, see if anybody was playing around that area. They didn't like what they saw, so now they're just going to go for a wider sweep out and around, try to find a safer place to go. Keep in mind, they do have a couple of kills through all of this, so they should have plenty of meds to survive through this stage. But look at how many people are still stuck out in the blue off of that angle.
Yeah, that's really rough. I think the furthest one out is Heather Lee, like we were talking about earlier. At least people coming in from the east side, this next circle kind of stays towards the eastern end of it. So the position that they have to get to won't be too brutal, as the players on the west side will be forced to maneuver a little bit more.
Well, one thing to note as well, with all these people outside in the blue, another thing that was probably nice in the blue, is just like running to the spa, you know, going and sitting and getting some rest and getting relaxation, throw on the towels. Because you do have the Amazon Prime Day stuff that's going on right now, guys. I gotta say, I really love that. Great. It's got a lot of neat stuff inside, but I'm one of these people that loves to deck my guy out in purple stuff.
I think we
And
have to go
the
left
towels
here.
and all that other stuff, they match the color style.
I think
I just keep saying it. I want that robe IRL.
I'm gonna
make
hop
it
in.
happen.
I'm gonna bring some.
I'm gonna back Lucy up on this. The shoes are also pretty good, like
don't
the
go in,
sandally flip-flops with like the fuzzy stuff on them.
Do I shoot it?
Let's be honest,
Do I shoot it?
whenever you
Yeah, no.
kill somebody walking around with that stuff, you just feel like awesome. I was about to say something else, but we'll stick to awesome. So, and come back over here with Heather Leet making the run through. She's still got a smile on her face. You gotta give
Is
her
she
that.
running
I would be like,
north? Did they spot a car?
yeah, looks like they're headed up towards Savernia. At this point, they're just giving it up. They're like, oh, we gotta find a
Yeah.
car. This is just gonna be too far.
I'm bringing you like right behind you.
Out in the fields here by Gatka.
Okay, we're going
Just
right.
outside
We're
the
going
next
right. I don't
circle.
wanna kill these guys. They're
Driving through
behind us.
fences, making a bit of noise. All right, all right.
Let's go like right next
All
to
right,
the
so
zone.
we're at 51 alive. There's not a lot of real estate to play inside of this
I kinda wanna
circle.
go around
It's
this.
just going to be about who gets in position.
Oh,
Just
fuck.
lost 2 while I was saying that. So you can see everybody's just starting to run into each other. Everybody has vehicles, it looks like, as well, except
So
for our
glad
guys
we didn't
way
go
on the
that way.
outside.
Right.
Now it's going to be a
Yeah.
little bit of Mad
This
Max.
is why we
Everybody's
don't
just trying to
go
drive around,
Yeah,
figure out where they
I'm
want to
going
go
this
to,
way.
and try to hold a good
That's
position.
the 2 cars.
Yeah,
those
that's the
open
2 cars.
fields
Yeah,
make it
'cause
so hard to
that was-
decide
yeah,
the
that
best
was
plays to
Yeah,
set
that
up.
was, his name's like Skara9 or something like that. That's the guy that domed me.
And I think that they're talking about Scurry9 at the direct time.
Yeah.
Scar
There's gonna be
9.
people.
Remembering fond
I
past
literally-
times of
this
getting
tree
shot in
line
the head.
right in the
More
center.
right, more right, more right.
Now,
More
this is
right,
where it
really?
gets a little bit risky for everybody, as they have to make that transition in.
Yeah.
So I really
just
like the
going.
way that they're
There's
playing it.
people
They're making sure to use
I'm just
different
going-
parts
I'm
of
just
the
sending
map,
it.
which is what I love. They
Yep.
know that nobody's going to be in those
Go ahead.
buildings since they're not inside
Yeah,
the safe
slow it down
zone
a
yet.
little bit. Yo,
Everybody
yo,
would
yo,
probably made
let's
their
go
way
up
up
the hill
here,
and
so
dunk
they're
them.
just trying to make sure to play along these
You're not gonna be able to
divots
make it zones.
to try to use as much of the hillside to cover them from outside angles as
Yeah,
possible.
and that's the thing. The big thing is they're also, by doing this
All right, how about
rotation,
now?
they
How
get
about
that
now?
high ground position that they can work with.
Down there.
And
I probably should have
while
gone this
going
safer, my
up,
bad.
they can kind of look around and try to see if anybody's
down the
behind
hill
them,
somewhere.
which I think is the biggest threat that they'd have to deal with. Any slow
Trying to
players, is
spot.
once your rear is
No
clear and
visual
you've
on
got the high ground to look
Oh,
down on
down to
everybody
the
else,
right,
that
down
is
to the right.
so
They're out in the
nice.
open.
They spot 2
They're behind
players
the
just
tree out in the
running
open.
through
I
these
tagged them
fields.
multiple times.
They have them caught back
Oh,
behind
no
the tree.
helmet on
Remember,
one.
neither one of these squads at the direct time is inside the safe zone, so this is going to be a peak battle. Just trying to get him, and a nice shot coming right onto the head there.
Good shooting.
He's just got them pinned behind that tree. Whichever side they peek off, they just get knocked down.
Yo,
They do have one of them, but you can tell that they're getting a little bit more information. They're trying to be a little bit more risky about it. They've done the damage, realize it, so now they're going to retreat back. Now some shots coming over here. Out inside the blue as these guys still haven't managed to make their way inside here. At this point, you just got to get these kills and you just got to get away. But
They
look,
see the boat.
everybody's
There's so
still
many
over here.
players around these guys. It's insanity.
Like at this
They do
point,
have to
why is
move at
somebody in a
some point,
boat?
though.
Why is somebody in a boat driving in this area at this point? Shouldn't you have a car and be making your way inside the safe zone? Like
people just really like boats, I guess.
I mean,
We have
I
Ocean
guess.
Man competing in this tournament, it seems.
Well, no, we can't start down with Ocean Man because then everybody's going to start making the requests and
good.
singing the song in Twitch chat. But now that I've said it, it's already
Was
going
that a
down.
problem? Was that ever a problem? It's a real question.
Depends. I'll say yes. I'll say yes.
Well, they want to secure these kills. They're still looking back
Get
over
around.
towards where they were getting those shots earlier because those kills are points. And at this point, those points are pretty much money. Looking out as that blue continues to close in, catching them running in. He's by himself. Gets the down, and the other player is going to make it to the trees, it looks like.
I can finish behind the tree.
And it's great awareness. They were calling for a solo, then realized it was just a knockout, then made the switch over. They realized that there was another player. Now they're gathering information on it, doing 2-point flank around, and
They got him.
voila, net the kills off of it.
Yep, that's a little bit more loot for them to grab if they need anything. Of course, that's going to move them towards the low ground, but it'll be tough.
Let's
And
push his partner together.
Oh, and I Am Swagger
don't
gets
know.
taken out by
All right, never mind,
Desert
never mind,
Punk off in the distance here. So playing around there. We remember these are the guys that are holding around the northern area and around Everest. So a nice high ground position. But the problem with playing around Everest is everybody can see you from this point that's in those low ground positions. So while you do have the capabilities for vision, everybody has vision back. So your peaks
Yeah.
have to be ridiculously strong.
it's not a hilly area that's covered by trees or anything, so that the being exposed, you have to trade that off. And I mean, if you can land your shots, it's great, but you still have a lot of people that are looking up towards you because everybody's playing so slow. As we have Babette moving up the hill, taking his time. That suppressed vector. And looking out towards the homes.
All right, you got meds?
So we
A
lost
little bit,
about
yeah.
half the players inside of that last
Not a lot,
circle.
though.
So wouldn't be surprised
I
if we
pulled
see
out
about
my
the same
inventory.
as everybody
Yeah,
has to
we're gonna
condense
run, we're
down.
gonna
You
run,
can
we're
see the
gonna
wide
run.
open fields off to his left.
Yeah,
Nobody
just a
wants
few
to make the run
seconds.
across
blue,
that.
blue,
Meanwhile,
white.
we're over here with the guys that are near Everest slowly making their way down from the hillside, and they do get vision on another duo.
Yeah, Deadpine's got eyes on that guy behind the house. Lands one of those shots.
Push on that hit. Yep.
as they continue to move their way towards the side.
I love this. Do a little bit of damage, step forward, keep an eye on the angle, try to get into a position, because right now, again, neither one of these duos are inside the safe zone. So you don't want to end up with just like a mutually assured destruction. You want to try to get a reposition point. So instead of just constantly holding that angle, waiting for the repeak, do the damage, use it as a way to kind of sneak around the map. Now they have a nice inside beat on them.
Yep, and
a flip car.
Circling around the side here.
Nice vision coming through, peeking one side, peeking the other side. Now got the position. Now if there's anybody that's still holding back on that building, they have to be careful about it. But it looks like a teammate did go down, so deadpine's got to line this up. All pressure's onto him, and he just takes too much damage, gets taken down.
And Bino slamming him down. You're going to see that from his perspective. As he was up to 6 kills.
Barely survived. Look at how much life he's got on this. Yeah. He's still got to run down. You can hear that there's a little bit of a firefight still happening around him, so he's just trying to find somewhere safe to med.
Yeah.
Now, there's the 2-point risk inside of this. If you throw down the smokes to give yourself a little bit more cover, it draws everybody's vision. So he's just going to opt into just laying down, trying to get the meds up off of it.
6 kills on his own. Hambinooo doing a great job of holding it together without his teammate. And
there was people
back over here.
Those might have been the guys at the house, but they're also looking towards the house,
now,
so you never know.
As they're moving their way toward that southeast end of the circle.
I mean, I think they're
starting
just
to get a little bit risky here. Everybody's just bouncing around. Going to have to start looting up everything that they can. All the meds you can hear. You can say, like, yes, this is everything that we need. Look at all the shifts coming over through here. Getting the guns that they want, making sure to get all their ammo topped off, getting the meds so that way they can push through this.
Lord.
Exactly. Thank the Lord indeed. This is exactly what you need moving into these last couple of circles.
Wait. I'll take the card.
Approaches the end, and Hambinooo, he's quoted himself up. He's mostly healed. He's feeling good. Is on his own. He's got to be cautious.
Nice try, nice try.
Pops back over here as we see a team get taken down there. Hambinooo still holding this high angle off of this. So 18 people alive, starting to get a little spicy down in the low ground positions. There's a lot of strong points that can still be played, but now it's a matter of who's holding those angles.
Yeah,
you still have to be very careful.
Still have to be really cautious about the fields as well. Just getting into these situations where players could be hiding on the ground, wiggling around. So maybe the less confident players just hoping to make their way unseen.
And I think it comes down to exactly what you're talking about.
Let's go back.
Confidence is a big part of this going to be this last circle. Like, if you lay down and you snake, sure, you can play off of information. Specifically, teams that only have like one member left, I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing that, just trying to play for those position points. Meanwhile, you're going to
hell of a position to play here.
Hey, it's a comfy couch. Look, if I had to take a wild guess, somebody went for a peek, but just walks right into a shotgun, gets it down on one, but bullets do come through, and that's going to be Anthony getting the kill on that.
Yeah, picks off Alexi, but Kong fan knocks him down.
Kept getting
finishing team wipe.
There was a guy with a suppressor
so now,
really close to
starting to see everybody's playing these edge points, waiting to see how people are transitioning out from this blue wall. That's a big thing that happens inside of matchmaking, is a lot of teams like to play around the edge. Yeah. Competitive players really like to play towards the center. So I'm curious to see if we see a lot of the streamers start opting into a little bit more of the competitive play styles, where you still try to keep your vehicles alive, use them as cover points for the later circles. Because, like a prime example, in a Gatka field circle like this, you can grab one of the UAZs. That's not a UAZ you can drive right there.
Yeah,
but
not a real one.
Yeah, I think that's one of the decorative
more like a
ones that are
freaky
burned out
UAZ.
there. So you can drive it down and use it as a cover piece for those last couple of circles. And just tearing into somebody down there, it's like, that is a lot of shots before getting up.
Hambinooo.
By himself, going loud at that range, that's some confidence right there. He's like, no, I've got to kill everybody that I come across. Going for every single one of these kills at this point is going to be so influential. You got to make sure to play off of every information point. Circle is starting to come in, so all the pressure's starting to come on. He's got to line these shots up. He's got to get the down, and he has to go. At this point, he just has to run. The circle is right on his heels.
Yeah, he's got to keep moving. He's got that suppressed mini, but oh, he was so close to being able to nab that one. There's still a lot of these open field areas, right? So he might be able to try to take this shot again. Those bushes are going to provide a little bit of cover. Not sure.
To our left, I think. To our left. I think he's close on this tree. Yeah, to our left. To our left.
Position, listening for footsteps. You can see going for the angle on it. Mini-map shows it's just name upon name. It's hard to make them all out. They're all stacked inside of there. Nice shots coming out, pushing through, and Jenna Marbles is now dead.
I'm gonna quickly.
Fourth kill picked up here.
He's not the real Jenna Marbles.
Looking for those meds, as he has been all game.
Well, I mean, that's what you need. It's all about, sure, it's nice to get the kills and get the points for the kills, but really, you just want to constantly be replenishing what you're using. Resources management is a big part of side of PUBG, specifically for successful players. And Bino, still in a position, playing off of this, managed to get himself into a nice spot here, inside the safe zone, more information off of it. Now, here comes the risky part of it. Whenever you're the solo, do you take the shot? And different players have different mindsets with it. It's like just try to gather a little bit more information, see if they push down to you, maybe reveal it. Because for all he knows, there could be a third party coming in. Because that's what kills you more often than not inside of PUBG, is all of these third parties that come into play once you go loud.
You're prone, you're shooting up a hill, but it turns out there was a guy also prone, maybe a couple meters to your left, to your right. They're like, oh, somebody else is right here next to me. Boom, and you're dead.
And it's so dangerous whenever you're that solo, because that moment you go loud, it could be two people beating in on you, and you don't have that extra safety and extra information gathering.
And towards us, because pushing the other way is not ideal for them.
So right now we can see that we're popping back over here with Duo. We've been following for quite a while in a very strong spot, still playing along the hillside, slowly making their way down, trying to gather information, and know that that is a very popular complex for people to play around. A couple of return bullets starting to come their way now.
I hear them landing. I thought it was behind me, but I don't think so, because I saw...
Really important to make these call-outs to the teammate, by the way, trying to keep track of where everything is. This is such a tense situation. Being able to be together with the number of solo players there are right now. You should rotate back to me a little bit. Really important.
I don't want to have to...
They have the control point right now. They have the rock. They are closer to the safe zone. People are taking pot shots at them are going to have to cross that field just to try and make it up towards them. So they're essentially putting themselves in a kill spot by taking that shot earlier. Meanwhile, Woody Style still up and alive. Winner from the last round. Very strong performance we saw coming from out of him. And we know he plays confident whenever it comes to the late game. He's not afraid to take the shots. He'll throw the nades, and he'll just follow through.
He won the first map holding it together on his own. He's shown that he has what it takes to play under pressure and handle these high-stress situations without making critical mistakes. So, and he doesn't have his Vector on him, but I think on this map, the Mini will do just fine with that. M4 is back up. And hambinooo still playing very slow on the ground. Does not want to give up anything he doesn't need to. He takes the shot.
Right as soon as the circle touches him, that's going to be a little risky there, because now he's going to have to reposition after giving away his position. But meanwhile, the other person also has to run down the hillside, lines up a nice shot to follow through. But return fire starting to come back towards him, and that's going to be all she wrote for hambinooo. Getting taken down by Woody Style. Again, confident play coming from him.
Yep, and Woody holding it down. 2 kills for him so far, but
there shouldn't be anyone
only
to our
5
left
left.
There we
Woody
go.
Style's dead, so
just
it's just Lumi.
4, and yet Woody Style gets taken down. So got a duo holding this low ground position. Only the trees to play around. Nice scopes on this duo, trying to get a little bit more information.
First at this point.
It's all about could be who spots who gives away their position first.
The guys that are still alive were the ones that were shooting me, by the way. So they should be right side. No, I see him. 345
behind
on
the
a rock.
It looks like
he sees the gun sticking out.
But here's the risk. Is it a duo? Is it a solo? At the direct time, we don't know, so surely they can't know. So they're just trying to gather through. Nice headshot, tags him, forces him to retreat back a little bit. He thinks it's coming from a different angle, though. If he steps back any further.
I could push left and get him.
Oh my God,
so risky to take that push to the left. It's just wide open field over there. Circle pops does favor them.
He's pushing more. He's trying to find out where I am. He's peeking both sides constantly.
That's so dangerous. You don't know where the guy's hitting you with that suppressed sniper. He peeks that side, and I guess you see the shot coming your way, so it gives him a bit of a better indicator maybe where it's coming from.
Trying to predict a little bit of the lanes there. You can see that they were falling into a pattern. It's a big thing that you want to avoid on your peaks. You don't want to get. You don't want to make it too easy for them to predict that moment you step around on it.
You just have to find.
Well, the only other cover directly between them and that rock is the tree, which if he theoretically, if he just ran in a, if he was like able to line it up with him, he would be able to use that to run forward. But you have to be cautious, of course, where the teammate is looking on crossfire. And if he's by himself, where the fourth man is in this
situation.
That's
the big thing that I want to know. Where is the fourth player at the direct time? Because we know that there's the duo here taking shots at the person behind the rock. But this fourth player might be watching all of this and moving into a stronger position based off of it.
Possibly getting a flank in a situation where one of these players gets hurt or needs to reload. And he's still just taking these shots at the man behind the rock.
Just pre-firing.
If you're behind the rock at this point, you're terrified.
You
have a general idea on where it's coming from, but I think with the range, I don't think that he's inside the circle at the direct time.
Oh, I think we might see the fourth man.
I talked about how smokes can sometimes give away your position, lining up a couple of shots, tagged him twice, having to run forward, angle off to the side over here, and look at the high grass positions. Just taking some pot shots. I think we might have seen him for just a second coming out the front end of that smoke.
He pushed through the smoke.
Yeah, well, now they've got their attention split looking both ways. Now, of course, since it is the two of them versus 2 solo players, they can cover each other, but you need to be so careful. And it looks like did pick off Lumi, so now it's just 2 versus 1. They find the last player.
Oh, she wrote there. Nice plays coming through there, as it's going to be Scurry9 coming up with the win.
A fantastic gameplay there. GG, EhhDannn, 6 kills.
That's 9.
Plus 3, 9 kills so far. Awesome. Cav Mains picking it up. EhhDannn and Bobette, winner of match number 2.
Strong performances coming out of them. I think that they were already in second place moving into this, if I just trying to remember back on the leaderboards. So that could mix it up a little bit. But we also saw Woody Style coming in with a strong performance of his own.
Yeah, and I think Woody Style's been a really cool player to follow. And don't mean to discredit his teammate, but he's been doing really well on his own.
Yeah, teammate tends to go down a little bit early. Maybe he's the push. You never know. There's always that one confident player that comes through and the other person hangs back.
It's the buddy cop. Someone's got to take the bullet for you to make it to the end of the film, and perhaps that's just how it's been going. But
that's what we need at this point. We need to see the death and see how Woody Style reacts. And be like, no, or is he just like?
Does he sit there cradling his teammate's head, or does he just like, nope, okay, adrenaline shot. 5,
nice,
5,
I'm out of here. Thanks for your meds, bro. I'm out.
Level 2 helmet. Thanks.
Runs off.
Thanks. Well, that's it for our second match. Of course, just want to remind you, of course, to check out that Twitch Prime spot crate that we were talking about, as lots of cool stuff going on. But we're going to go to a short break. When we return, our next match here, you're watching the Broadcaster Royale. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Broadcaster Royale. I'm Nathanius, joined by Matrim, and last match, pretty good, pretty intense. Open field Erangel shenanigans.
Oh, it's the bread and butter of PUBG. Let's be honest. Everybody's been in that situation, played through it a little bit. I have to apologize whenever I said I didn't think that was the real Jenna Marbles. I thought it was just somebody playing with a fake name. That is indeed the real Jenna Marbles.
She's big on that PUBG.
So, she's huge on PUBG, so my apologies. Great job to her in performance inside of there. And gotta say, I love how many people are adopting in and coming in and playing PUBG. Always glad to have more people inside the family.
Yeah.
And she's been around for a while now. I just didn't know.
It's all good.
I'm a bad person.
Her performance has improved in that second game. She got quite a bit further towards the end. I think we saw her in that first game take, it might have been Woody's Vector early on before he went up to finish that game. But really good, and we'll have highlights for our second match in just a second. But man, Erangel, you get a lot of those open field plays. It's very scary, very hard to move around in those positions. You see the prone player hiding, and we're going to take a look at some of those highlights now in case you missed any of the action from game number 2.
Oh, and here's where we got it started off with.
Best start.
I mean, that's the way you start PUBG, with a vehicle kill right there. That was awesome to see come through there. Sonny tried so hard.
And everybody knows how that feels. You know how this feels too. You're trying to drive away, you're running off, and then all of a sudden, you're like, we're going to make it. No, you're not. Both of you die.
Going through here, getting some shots on a prone UAZ. That thing's just not going to get up and accelerate. One person jumps out and was trying to use it for cover. Gets taken down over there. And nice peek coming off the side. And then here comes the motorcycle. Surprised that the other person managed to switch seats. You see that? Was in the back seat, switched forward, and managed to keep that going. And then a beautiful double kill coming in from hambinooo.
Really great plays made here across the board. And we got to see finally where hambinooo was able to take out deadpine. And then this is the shotgun shenanigans with Kong Fan getting revenge, but
hey, at least he got the kill before going down.
Yeah.
Get those extra couple of points coming out of it there. Ashek going down there to Woody style. Again, another strong performance coming through here. We're starting to already see two, I would say, dominant teams coming through here. We only have 5 rounds to go through, but seeing them rotating between top 5 spots pretty regularly.
Yeah, and I mean, the players, I've really been nice for seeing how hambinooo's been playing, Woody, and it's been good. Some good, intense games, and I like that we get to go through all of the maps and we get the most amount of variety that we could possibly have.
And I got to say, remember, if you guys do see anybody that you like, please remember that all these people are streaming inside of this. That's part of the event here. So go, give them a follow. We won't be heartbroken if you go jump to another stream for a little while or just leave both of them open. Go give these guys some follows, guys and girls, some follows, because they deserve it. They're here playing. And let's be honest, it's always nice to have more streamers, something to watch whenever one of your regulars is on.
I think guys like hambinooo should be picking up some new fans today. They've been playing really well, showing us some great action here at the Broadcaster Royale. We're going to be taking a look at our kill stats in just a moment, seeing where everybody stacks up, who's been getting the most frags.
We had a lot of 6 frags, and we had a lot of 5 frags coming through here. Let's see if we have any leaders starting to separate themselves and moving a little bit further forward. I can't speak right now. I don't know why.
Yeah, the winning team of our last game, I think they said they combined for a total of 9 kills. That's a lot of extra points to be able to move themselves up, including the fact that, of course, they won the match. So solidifying yourself early on always makes it easier. It takes away a lot of the stress once you get to the later rounds. You're like, well, I've got enough points to secure myself in the top 8. Being able to move on to the next phase is really, that's what you want. You want to get to the grand finals, get into the money. So a couple wins, the top 5s over here, really, really nice. Makes it so that you don't have to do anywhere near as much towards the latter half.
But you got to be careful. Like sometimes we see in PUBG, like the leaders will go ahead and they'll perform very well, and they're like, okay, let's just try to coast through these last couple of rounds, play really, really passive and hide out on the edge, and then get repeat bad performances. So you just got to stick with the style. If it's working for you and you get that lead early, just keep on going. Just try to bulldoze through. Don't be like, hey, we've got it now. Let's relax a little bit. That has been the downturn of so many different teams.
Well, you seem to have a better understanding of it than me. My logic would be like, I feel like I'm kind of safe, so let's land at the edge.
You want to play safe, but you kind of want to not play ridiculously passive and just play the edge the whole time, because then random encounters just tend to take you out too early.
The person who's randomly driving into the circle at the end will run you over, or they'll have 2 people on their back and you'll have to deal with 6 people. We do have an updated standings to look at here for our Broadcast Royale. Our kill leaderboard for teams: Ashumi,
Lumi and Ashek. Nice job coming through there. Cav Main's coming in second though. Again, they've been doing a great job in performing in the standings.
Yep, tied up in that first place there. And we're going to be taking a look at our point standings next as we look at our top 8. Really nice. Cav mates feeling good. 450. And Ashimi, those kills, even if they haven't won, it's got them up into second place over Team Dark Horse, who are down to 4th. Despite the fact that they won the first match, Team Dark Horse is in 4th place because those kills do matter.
Yeah, and again, we keep seeing Woodstyle's teammate go down fairly early there, kind of forcing him to play off of a little bit of back foot position. So would love to see both of them survive a little bit more, see how it comes through there. No shots fired or anything else like that, but that's just you gotta make sure that you're coming through here and you're surviving through to the end, because sure, they had a great round 1, but they're already starting to slip in round 2, so we're gonna need to see them really step it up.
Yeah, that's a scary thing to have to think about, is that that position, not wanting to lose that situation. And of course, as the games have been going on, who's been impressing you guys? Let us know. Tweet us. #Broadcaster Royale. I think we've had some cool stuff so far. I've loved seeing the long shot play, the solo play. Oh, is what it feels like, the solo play by Woody. Has been something cool to follow.
Feels bad at this point. Okay, but also make sure you give us some clips if there's something that we just necessarily didn't catch on stream. Feel free to jump on Twitter, throw it up there, do the #Broadcaster Royale, send it our way.
Yeah, you'll be able to possibly. I think we'll be featuring some of those in our future broadcasts for everybody else that comes in. Get your shout out, get your internet fame, internet glory. It's very valuable.
I mean, I love all of the fake internet points all the time. I mean, let's be honest. We're casters. That's what we live for, is fake internet points.
Yes, exactly. You can vote. Just vote in chat right now. Which one of us do you like more? You know, there you go. Just give us all of the karma. You do more PUBG stuff than you do more PUBG stuff than me, so I feel like I'm throwing you a bone.
We'll see. I don't know. We'll have to see. Now it's a challenge.
Yeah. Well, we're just waiting for the next game to get ready, so it's going to be a good one. Hopefully, we got the lobby set up. Players are getting in as we move forward. We got a lot of matches left for you guys today, so don't worry. You got plenty of PUBG, and I think they're starting up the next section of this tonight after we're done as well. They've got the next. It's like starting early tomorrow again.
There are 4 different regions that come through here. So naturally, earlier this morning, you guys tuned into the cast. There was. It started off with Asia, I believe Korea specifically, then moved into Europe. Now we're on North America, and then I believe after this we're going to be moving to South America, Latin America, in that area. So many rounds still to go. I think we still have about 7 more inside of our broadcast, or 8 more, including the next round coming through. So each doing a grouping of 5. So I'm kind of curious to see how specifically Latin America plays, because I've had a chance to really watch a lot of the competition inside of South America and Latin America specifically. We've had a couple of teams that have managed to qualify, move their way up, and making their way to PGI in Berlin. So it's going to be kind of cool to see how all these different regions kind of play slightly different. Like, we're already kind of seeing it. EU tends to play a lot more of a heady game, and they tend to play a lot more like passive through the early games, really about the information gathering phase. North America tends to be a little bit more gung-ho in their play style. They're like, I have faith that I can kill you, so I'm going to kill you, and I don't care if I have to cross the field to get there. So each region has its own flavor. I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's a cool dynamic to be able to see. As I believe the next game, we're going to be going back to Sanhok, it looks like. So getting back into the intense, fast-paced action. It's funny, even across like different game platforms, the Americans are usually seen as you have the more aggressive, the less less sensical strategy sometimes.
All about the America inside of it. But I don't know. I have to say that we're actually starting to see fairly close standings coming through inside of across a lot of the events. I know that there's a lot of the EU versus North America that always tends to happen.
That'll never stop.
But we're moving into a more of a world-style event where it's not just EU versus North America. It's a little bit more of just everybody. And one of the things I've loved is we're starting to see North America and EU kind of like join together to try to like fight the Korean overlords before they come in. Because right now, Korea's been playing a lot of third person, hasn't had a chance to make the switch over to first person as strongly. It's just been what their region has kind of been sticking to. So kind of cool to see how a lot of these teams are playing through in the different play styles, different
and they'll
maps.
all be going up against each other at the end of the tournament. When we get to that global finals, that's where the ultimate mishmash will take place. We are loading in, as you guys can see. Sanhok's such a beautiful map.
It's just so much fun. There's so many cool different terrain pieces.
That's my favorite spot.
Oh, yeah. That's just a bloodbath point. And it's fun to play around because there's all the little like hallways and rooms that you can maneuver through.
I still call it the Swamp Temple. That was I loved it when it was the Swamp Temple.
See, I'm a jerk. I like drop on the outside, grab a gun, and then push in on afterwards, so I don't like just directly hot drop it. It's the strategic way to go.
If you land on the tip top of it and you go prone, no one can see or shoot you while they're on it, and then you wait for them all to drop down. and then you try to grab a gun at the end. That's
I have to try that strategy there.
That's the scaredy
Coming
cat
through
strategy.
Here. And here we are with Trick2G. Interestingly enough, his team actually did very well in the qualifiers moving on to PGI Berlin. So he's got to make sure that he does well inside of this event. Otherwise, his teammates are going to quick on him a little bit.
Yeah, and chocobars and fedmyster team over here coming in. There's Woody getting ready to land.
Not to me. I don't give a fuck.
Rivals are shit.
I will stick my...
They are very
He's confident. This is my place.
Family show.
Oh, yeah. Let's be honest. If it's a family show, we cannot drop it on Trick2G at any given point. Also, probably best so that way we don't blow out anybody's eardrums.
Just some casual. It's just banter, mate. It's just banter.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
It's confidence.
Here we are.
There we go. That's what I expect out of a Trick2G stream there coming through there.
We could just rush him. He's on our side.
Chocobars wants to get aggro.
I love it. Instantly come in, get a little bit of loot. Looks like they haven't managed to find a weapon yet, so that's going to make a little bit of an aggressive strategy difficult.
Yeah, I like that. The teammate's like, oh, well, I don't have a gun, so maybe.
So instead, we're just going to fist fight. That's the true PUBG nature. Find yourself a pan and just charge each other. But no, we're going to be switching over to the UMP, I believe. And so with that, we're going to have to see how they decide to play this. Now that they do have the weapons, are they going to choose to play it aggro?
Yeah, I think she said there was an S12K there, too, while she picks up this M16. So they have the guns to try and make a play there. Here we've got Woody, who has landed. They've got a vehicle very early on. I mean, it gives you the mobility, which is nice, but in Sanhok, it's generally speaking not as much of an issue because the map is smaller.
Well, it's a little bit dangerous, too, because it's quite loud, gives away your position, and it's not like these vehicles, like a motorcycle can go up a hillside really quickly. Like one of these vehicles has a lot of trouble going up these hills, so a lot of risk associated with using vehicles.
He also hit the tree. You can see he dinked off a little bit of his health there. So
at this point, he's just hunting somewhere to go. They're in a lot of trouble already.
Bullets whizzing past. We go back. So chocobars managed to grab some loot. The team looks around. Looks like they didn't find. I don't think we saw them find that person who was down there, though.
Back over here and see if Woody Style is going to find anywhere to go, and Killer B kind of driving off in the distance. Looks like they're going to be forced to actually leave the safe circle because they haven't found anywhere that they find that's comfortable enough. So they're going to be making their way over to docks.
Yeah, I have to go really far away to be able to get what they're looking for. And meanwhile, we have FedMyster out here. Choco going towards the houses just a little bit northeast of that boot camp area, looking for some more loot. Oh, they immediately find someone. Great shot with that S12K.
That's going to be Proto HW going down very early inside of this. Now information's going to be passed over. You can see the peak coming around the outside. Chocobars got knocked out to about half-life.
Not a lot of range on that S12K.
Long range. Trying to run off in the distance, but as a 2v1, Chocobars gets taken down. This is getting really, really risky coming out for them. Are they going to go for the res, or are they going to go for the push on it?
He's going to drop the gun, I think. Or there's a Vector here as well. There's some loot underneath him. I mean, I don't know how I feel about the 4X on the S12K.
It's strong. It's the best
bold
sniper
strategy,
weapon
Cotton. Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, see, 4X.
You tried to flank the guy with the semi-auto shot? Okay.
Well, he tried to repeat the exact same play that took down his teammate, but they were expecting it. Just did the flip around, so Chocobar is going to get rezzed. Should get some life coming into there, and that takes us down to 61 players.
Yeah, very focused on the game. We've got over here, I think this is just a little south of Paradise. Just playing around position.
Just sounds like they're talking about where they want to go, but looks like they managed to find somebody.
Surprised by who's come out at them. Teammate is knocked down. Zilverk looking up. Well, I mean, your enemy's got the high ground.
You can't step around the outside of that rock and push forward. This is going to be really rough. Steps right into the line of fire and gets dropped. I believe it was Lumi that got the knock on it. Let's come back over here with our guys, trying to get a little bit of vision. Man, that's some...
He's got that saturation turned up.
I was going to say, that's some saturation going on there. So make it stick out a little bit more. So kind of interesting to see. And that high saturation and having an orange UMP skin, it's a brave life. Yeah. I don't think my eyes could take it.
He's got that retro look going on here, very arcadey feel, as these guys are just going to circle around. It looks like they've spotted.
Taking a nice shot there. Doesn't look like it connected off on the side. Going to force him to retreat back behind the tree there. Just giving a little bit of information. Connects that time. So DeMarcus just gets dropped, and here comes the UMP switch. They're going to go for the reload. Actually, looks like they have more information. Going to play around.
Hey, I want to push in on him before they get an opportunity to revive that teammate. That's why he's got that UMP out as they push forward. And then we take a look back over towards Pome and Luzu, of course.
Going with the Kobe. Trying to see if it's going to connect. Looks like the first one does not. Going to use him as a way to push inside the building, waiting for the second grenade to go off. Does connect onto it, and had himself some free loot off of that one.
Great grenade toss there, knocking him down, eliminating these teams, moving them forward. These players fighting not only for that position, but those kills, get those points so that they can move on in the tournament, make their way towards that $300,000 prize pool. A lot at stake here.
Yeah, we're just at the start of this.
This is just the beginning.
We still got multiple weeks to come through here, all going to be culminating in a nice final inside of everything. So I really like that we're going to see so many different streamers coming up, really try to, like, it's almost like a battle of the best at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if this could be something that could change a lot of people's careers as far as streamers go, get them a lot of attention. I love it anytime there's something like this that's really focused on the community.
Yep, and here we have our point standings on the left side. As you guys can see, Cav Main's been the team that has been doing extremely well. Cav Mains and Team Dark Horse are the two teams that have won, but the Shumi and Lambo Killers have been playing phenomenally, being able to get into second and third place just off of their non-winning positions and their kill counts, which have been insane.
Slowly creeping forward, gets line of sight on him. Looks like he managed to make it around the outside of there, but popping back over with the sounds of sadness for just a second. No, we've all been there with that one. So we're here with Babette and EhhDannn, trying to get some information. I like playing around these lower areas. How you can see feet, almost get a little bit more knowledge on what's about to happen.
Like that you're at.
That's our Cav Mains. They're looking for
pulling off a bit,
more success. They're both a bit injured.
At your house, yes, there is someone.
Playing two different angles. I like this, so that way they can hold two different spots, allow for a little bit safer of a push. So if anybody has to shift out or get any information off of it, they're just looking for peaks right now, trying to see if anybody shows their head and reveals themselves, so that way they can capitalize and make sure that they can make a strong movement into either one of the positions.
Yeah, of course, if one of them does get nabbed, it's going to be difficult to help the other player, but playing that position.
Right here?
There's so many advantages. He's looking, he's checking the door.
But, all right, come all the way around to the left. Ignore that guy in the house. We're going to push the guy in this house, and that guy's going to come out.
Let's see.
That's an
Sounds
interesting
like they're taking
strategy.
a risky play here. I like it. It's a bold strat in Cotton. Let's see if it plays off for him here. So if they make that push through these windows around the outside of it,
pay attention to windows
could be quite dangerous.
Really careful here. This is so risky. The other enemy team surely has some idea of what's going on.
To right?
That's kind of interesting, seeing if a third party actually comes in. A third party could actually give them a lot of trouble in a position like this, but nice step around coming through there, and chessbrah goes down.
Yeah, thought that Molly in, push him to the side.
He's at my door.
Knocks down chessbrah, and the enemy at the door as he gets downed. And Bombette is knocked out by that shotgun.
I gotta say, dropping down in front of a shotgun, risky position there, does pay off.
Man.
Gets the kill on to King New Dog, but with that, he did lose his partner. So
yeah, and now it's the EhhhDann's got a long way to go to get a repeat performance alone.
At that point, like, it was a strong play, though. Like, they knew that there were risks going inside of it. Like, we were talking about the fact that it was going to be a risky play. They knew it as well. They knew that they had to pick one target, so they went to the building that had multiple windows, multiple doors. So that way, maybe they could get a little bit more knowledge before they jumped into it. And so they did come out on top, but with taking a casualty in the situation and a motorcycle driving right into a hail of bullets.
That was not the finest moment. They drive straight into a hail of bullets from Rivasland. Not too bad there.
I just love listening to the comms like this team. I don't know. Like
these guys have been getting more hyped. In the first game, these guys sounded quite a bit more calm. They have been getting way more amped up.
Well, that's just kind of how it goes. Like the first couple of rounds, you're really nervous. You don't know how it's going to go through. Then you start performing a little bit. You start kind of catching your groove, make your way through. Looks like Trick does line up somebody one tap to get the kill there, and it's going to be H1Z1 Survivor going down.
That was a good grab there, and that's his first kill. Because, of course, those kills are so important for getting those extra points to help move up in the standings. These guys have been doing pretty well for themselves as they're making their way over. He's got that M4, he's got that Car 98. I don't know if it's necessary to bring someone's mother into this.
But it's super slow. We can just finish these houses and go.
One of the different conversation styles. One team's talking about their mothers, and the other one's just like, nah, it's chill. Let's just relax and do stuff.
Do you need ammo? Like, I got you. Everything's good.
Just rotate things over.
Teamwork.
You know, like, look at this.
Yay, teamwork.
I do like to say that the Sandhawk is a very interesting map due to the pacing and how it comes through. Like, It starts off with a fairly large circle, so everybody kind of has a little bit of I guess, a reprieve from the rush. But slowly, it starts to collapse down a little bit more. And it just, with the height and the angles that come into play on this map, makes it feel like there's literally somebody around every hillside. As you can see, walking right up there. Andres X gets taken down. And it's going to be smacetron pulling over here with his duo partner. He does collapse on the outside of this.
And gets down Andre. And gonna pick up the other teammate, Demizos, knocks him down. 6 kills. Fantastic.
Hell yeah.
They are attempting to impersonate the comms of the enemy team. It's like, oh, I got him. No, you don't.
So with this coming over with Woody style and Killer B, playing around the outside, got a strong gun in his hands, trying to go for some sniping, trying to get some long range shot. And I like the fact that he's running again the sniper style with an SCG close range. You can hear bullets do cascade right next to them, so that gives you an option whenever you're running a sniper. If you can push forward, you don't feel like you're so stranded inside of both sides of the fight.
It's a tough situation. I mean, he's got that vector for the close range, but the M24 is the only thing he's got to hit anything past that. And of course, getting hit like that was a little bit frustrating. They've got to look down over this road with these homes. Doesn't seem like they've got a good idea of where the enemy is just yet.
Well, just kind of retreat back off of it right now. Get a little bit more information. It's playing the edge, so there's a little bit of risk associated with that.
No need to
Still
press
got
the
42 people alive, because, yes, you do have to cross this field, and you can see now they're starting to get a little bit more active.
There's a tree back here, there's a tree back here.
Using one tree, turning back around, and nails the shot. Just like, nope, you don't get to shoot at me anymore.
Oh, my God. Well, that's okay, I would just panic and die in that situation. That was really good. Stayed composed, got that shot off. He does get knocked down at the end of the day. MarvinMelodrama.
I'm down, they're down.
It's an awesome name.
That is a great name.
They have no helmet.
And so
I think that's their team name is Team Melodrama as well.
We got the revive going on right now, so probably same thing's happening on the other side of it. You can see a little bit more of an inside track coming out for Woody Style and Killer B. Team Dark Horse here as they do need just to move a little bit further over to the west to get inside of the building complexes that are inside the safe circle. I believe that the team that they're taking pot shots at are already inside of it. Now it's just going to be a matter of can they cross the last couple of feet, providing a little bit of cover for one teammate, and now they're going to switch it out.
Yep, just got a little ways to go, and he's going to be able to make it over towards a little bit more of a secure area, not so open with everybody on top of him as we see that circle come in. Players putting out in the southwest, a little bit of action going on. As you can see, some shots being fired. And a couple of teams getting really close on that west center side of the circle, and also getting towards the northeast as well.
Yep. Yeah, firefight looks like between 3 different squads right around the middle of the safe circles. People are taking some pot shots back and forth at each other. Popping over here with Swagger and hambinooo, holding down a nice angle for it. Got to be risky with it. Does lose his teammate. Now he's got to figure out if he can go for this res here. And it's going to be fairly risky. He's just under too much fire and has to full-on retreat at this point.
Steps back. Is going to be getting the heal up as the rest of these players come in. We've got EhhDannn looking out over the water from Team Cav, our current first place team. Still asking for advice from the teammate despite him being down. Doesn't want to play this one on his own. I think getting a second opinion from your teammate always good. Of course, just to remind you guys, we're going through our Invitational Qualifier here for our broadcast of Royale as we make our way over towards the live finals. Of course, there's two paths. The players will also be able to open sign up and try to compete themselves. And everybody that streams broadcast wants to play this has an opportunity to compete. Lots of qualifiers from 4 different regions, 2 weeks, and then of course the 1 week before we get to the regionals, and then the finals. Lots at stake. $300,000 in total prize money.
And that's a good way to really boost your streamer career inside of this. Naturally, we can talk about going and following everybody else, but making sure that give them some love if you see them playing really well. $300,000 though, that makes the streaming pretty worth it in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
So we're going to see getting a little bit of information from his teammate, deciding to take the shots. They're going a little bit wide here. Can't really line up on him. Finally does get the down onto 1. Does the switch over. Looks like he's going to make it back over the rocks. Blue zone is coming through, though, so it's going to be a matter of just finishing off those shots there. Get the kill onto him. Do see the peak coming around the outside of the rock there. I don't know if he saw it or not.
Well,
yeah, he's got to know that he's still in this nearby area. He takes that shot. We see a little bit of red come up.
Yeah, but the thing is I want the kill because points.
Yep, see, he knows. Play for the point system inside of it. Don't let the blue zone get it. So that means that you got to be very, very careful on it. He's done a lot of damage, but turn shots are starting to come through now, and that's from a different angle, it looks like, based off of how the ground's popping around him. He's going to go down.
Oh, man, what are we talking?
Nuisance takes him down. He's like, I want those points. Like, well, those points just cost you your life.
Greed kills in PUBG. Although I can't necessarily blame him. He was loud for quite a while there. So, do see the new safe circle pop up. This is going to be pretty much right on quarry. So, I'm doing the call out, saying the fact that they're going to go push around the edge.
Go to camp, yeah.
Trying to net some of the kills in it. They are in the southern part of the circle, so probably not as many players around this area.
Once we started fighting, they moved over.
Yeah.
Stay along the blue.
Style doing well. Still got his teammate, Killer B.
Yeah, no.
Hang
I
tough.
just don't want to be too early to the party.
See, he knows. There's a little bit of risk. There's two different play styles that come in. Either you show up really early, get the positions, or play it a little bit closer to the edge, make your way inside there.
He's right against the zone.
And we got Magna spectating Savrin. And his teammate is out here in his own
Nice
swagger.
spray
Taking some
there.
shots, knocks down Treat.
Going for the outside peek now. Got to make sure to get to the kills before the rest come through. Lines it up, connects,
good
and that's
spray.
going to be 2 kills coming out there as Scurry9 goes down.
Good shooting out of Swagger. Holding it together on his own, mind you, inside of these houses, playing the position. He's got to make his way over towards Quarry, though.
Got to live up to the name. Whenever your name is I'm Swagger, you just got to get the kills. You got to get the spray. That's the way it works. So another
Get
angle
those
on it. Gonna
headshots,
net
gets
himself
another one, finishes off
another kill.
Savrin.
Just working his way up this hillside. Let's see, paying attention to everything around him, and that's the risk. Like, I always get so nervous going upside these hills because you never know where somebody's gonna be hiding inside the trees. Somebody's just gonna pop you from behind.
I know.
Specifically with the M24, as we can see in the hands right now, doing a slow peek around the outside the top of this hill, jumping around. A little bit of risk with that though. Whenever you take all those like jumping peeks, you get sure you can get information, but everybody else can also get information on you.
Makes you stand out just a little bit more to anybody whose gaze crosses your
I'm still
path.
wondering.
Makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, I seen it. Somebody.
Trying to get those
I
shots.
see one dude. Two.
It's the 2.
Where?
Lines up the headshot. Nice. Down onto that. See if teammate responds to it. Looks like they have a general idea on where the shots are coming from. But they're going to go the wrong angle there. So now a hard push coming out from his teammate. You can see it looks like they're trying to get 2 different angles to push out. They're going to have to make their way down this hillside, move a little bit closer.
Ooh.
It's fine.
He is trying to nail some fancy shots there off that M24.
Do you want to call out saying that he's dead? I think that there might be a chance for a res based off of that. I don't know, because managed to creep over the hillside there.
A couple of frags going down as well in the midst of all of this. General's taken down with Kate Stark.
Look at the western part of the circle as there's so many dudes that are starting to collapse around each other. We've got Woody Style under a lot of fire right now. It's just people all around him. Looking down the hillside, trying to line up, gets the down onto one of them. That's going to be an instant kill. So moving up slowly and steadily, trying to get this loot. Did that give away his position, though?
Just got to be so careful. Grabs the first aid, pops that. Needs to get the boost when he can. He has the suppressor if he ever switches back to an AR of any kind. But he's coming up here with Killer B. These guys working together really well, and we've seen that success in their previous matches come out of this. You know, not just the teamwork, of course, but just playing slow, being smart, but not passing up the opportunities to get those kills. And whenever they do have to fight, they've been so on point with the shots.
Well, it's one of the things that we talked about we wanted to see is a little bit more survival coming from these winning teams, trying to keep their duos partners alive for longer, because that's a big factor inside of it, so we can be a little bit more aggressive. Trying to keep an eye on the crate there is it's just essentially some free kills if anybody crosses in that direction. Some sprays coming out over here. Now Aerith Reborn getting taken down. This has been a very violent squad, or duo making their way in the safe zone. So getting 2 kills now, making their way slowly down.
Yeah,
I'm healing.
shooting from Horsey there. And getting that player count lower and lower. Here's a lot of gunfire around him, though.
Right down the hill.
Need to get a beat on where everything is happening. Do not want to get flanked while you try to make your way down that hill.
No.
Well, they're just waiting for the safe zone to kind of collapse. They're not quite all the way in yet, so they're just trying to play a position on this angle, waiting to see if anybody peeks up, reveals themselves. Starting to get pretty low on the amount of players inside of here. Not much like safe zone that's really left at this point, so they're just going to wait until the very moment the blue comes up and touches them, and then push down into those buildings.
Yep, so going to ride the circle into the safe zone, make sure that they do not get flanked.
Very top of the hills.
Just smart strategy. Also, of course, you like your high ground position, so holding on to that as long as possible is great. Swagger's going to eat some of that blue, though, on his way in. And is he going to take some shots?
1, 2, doesn't quite get it. Going to get the kill off of it.
Yeah,
now he's going to have to jump down into this quagmire. We're going to move pretty slow.
Oh, boy. And that is where his journey for this game will end as Ashek takes him out.
Our side's exposed as
Ashek's
fuck.
still alive down in the quarry zone. Hard shift away from Trick and Horsey here as it looks like they're going to have to make their way all the way across to the other side of the circle. Meanwhile, we're coming over here on the western side of the western piece of the circle is slow encroaching down.
Now it looks like Trick and his team are going to do an outside push. This is going to be pushing them right over into where a lot of the teams are already positioned at.
Yeah, but they've still got to go across the whole
Let me
way
juice up,
in
let me
order
juice
to
up,
be
I
able
need
to
juice
get to the circle.
I know.
Chilling here for a sec.
Rotate stem up, you know. This is that stage where you just want to try to have as much of your stems running as possible. If you have them loaded up, just constantly keep them trying to. You want the movement speeds for whenever you're running across, but whenever you take any of these little tick shots here and there, you just want to make sure that you can try to survive for just a little bit longer.
Right in front of us.
Buy you maybe a chance to get into some form of cover. So with this, we got smacetron. I always say that. Smacetron, right?
Smacetron, I guess. Yeah.
Playing off
Yeah,
of position.
that care package nearby. I don't know if these were the guys that got down by Swagger on his way out, or if there's still people in the quarry that they need to be aware of.
No,
Looks like
this is going to be a different duo. There's going to be Ashek that's positioned inside of the quarry as it comes through. Looks like Trick just jumps down right in front of him. So Horsey's got the high ground position, does get the spray down, but Trick does go down as well. So it was a 1-for-1 trade inside of it. Or one for. I think
he got both of them.
Got a wipe with it. Yeah. Horsey got one whenever he jumped down there.
Yeah, Spacetron's team is out, but Horsey's got the team on his back now.
Oh, looks like somebody was going for the crate. Looked like there was a little bit of under fire there, so Horsey now slowly creeping his way up and forward.
And Woody's waiting for that peek behind the rock. He's like, come on. Just a little bit more.
Close, high.
Right back behind him. Does a spin around, trying to line it up. He's got near on no life, trying to play on the outside of this. Does line up another shot, gets the down onto it, but it's not going to be enough.
No, at the last second, that bullet, when he finally runs out, he gets the down, but he dies. Here we got Horse. He's by the crate.
That rock right there.
Dangerous to get close to that.
Clear comms.
Well, it just draws attention back over to you. Everybody's going to at least stop for a second and see if anybody's around the crate area. So he's going to retreat back down. Looks like he's going to try to get some more meds or ammo, but somebody was waiting there, hiding on top of a corpse. That was sneaky play coming through there. That's going to be all she wrote for Horsey. So back over here with Bad Bunny TR. Actually, trying to get the res onto this. This is not going to be Woot style. Looks like they're going to they're sticking in and they're watching somebody else play. So we are presently watching somebody else play that's watching somebody else play. So
yeah, you're watching us watch someone else watch someone else.
Yeah, we've got Inception going on here. So let's see what we've got happening. We've got Bad Bunny slowly creeping up forward. We've got Urban's going to be doing the outside push. Anthony and Lexi are still alive. Looks like they're going to do a little bit of a separation push as Lexi's going to try to get a foothold inside of there, but it's going to be Sayugan, I'm guessing is how you said that, and Bad Bunny that do see them. Going to get the down onto Lexi.
And Kongfan trying to take the shots back, but he's got the blue pushing him in.
This new QBU is a fucking laser.
Couple of shots on it. Circle starting to force them both down.
They clear that team. They wipe out Kongfan and Lexi, so they're going to keep moving forward.
So now it's just Bad Bunny as partner versus one in a position. I believe that's just going to be on the outside of it. Do they see the reposition coming through? I think it's going to be the person that down Trick that was kind of hiding off on the side of the corpse a second ago. I don't know if that trick will work again.
Yes! Dan died. Woo!
I was playing it so slow now. Because, okay, so you've got Bad Bunny, the teammates down, so it just makes it a 2 versus 1.
No, Sayuga's down. So this is essentially a 1v1 if he doesn't res. Yeah, I was going to say. Turn around, get the res on it. But he was bleeding out very, very quick, so that means that we've seen multiple downs probably coming his way. So Bad Bunny's going to get the res real quick.
They are in the southern part of the circle, so
gotta be very careful. I think we hear ourselves a little bit there, yeah.
It's a little double down there.
So,
no, just got to take the Inception a little bit further. Like, take it a couple more stages.
He's watching us watch him watch someone else watching us.
There's 2 different play styles that come in. Either you show up.
We got a couple of nades coming out right down in the lower ground there below them. Another return shot's trying to line it up. And Bad Bunny get this running out. It doesn't even look like he's looking the right direction.
I didn't see it.
Past the side. He ran past the west side of the crate. Did he not see him go to the left? Oh, Bad Bunny. This guy's coming close. He's so close right behind that tree. Takes the shot. He gets him. Bad Bunny PR. Able to close it out for their team. That was a little monk-esque right there. Looking at him trying to get up the hill. Almost missed him run past the crate. But Latin lovers win our 3rd match of the day.
They've got to be loving that. Sorry, I had to take the bad pun. It was there.
It's okay.
Couldn't just leave it. I just had to.
It's all good. Just about having a good time, playing some video games, and hopefully you're all having a good time as well. Good match. It got quite intense. They had to deal with being attacked on multiple angles, dealing with Kongfan's team, but also hiding down there. That was fun. We got some stats to show you guys as we catch up with everything that has been going down here at the Broadcaster Royale.
Shumi coming up with 21 kills, all things considered. So that's going to be Lumi and Ashek. Nice performance coming out there. Cavmain still holding down the second position as far as kills go with 18. It's going to be EhhDannn and Bobbit. Back behind that is Better Than You with 16 kills, which is I Am Swagger
and Bino.
And Bino. But at this point, if your name is I Am Better Than You and you're in third place, are you just better than everybody else? Or?
Better than the majority, at least, I guess.
Better than the majority.
Better than most.
That's a solid name. That's a solid name. Not much risk involved in it. We're better than the majority.
Yeah. Well, we also want to remind you, of course, that if you guys have Twitch Prime this month, you can get the exclusive Spa Day Crate. You can go to twitch.tv/prime for more information. Dress up like you're chilling at the resort while you're shooting people with M14s. Yeah.
That's the way to go. Just be relaxed.
Do it in style.
Be relaxed.
Relax.
Run around in your
and
fuzzy
snipe.
slippers.
Or relax and camp. I wouldn't call it camping gear, but ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go to a break. When we return, our next match, you're watching the Broadcaster Royale.
Probably not. Hypes in chat
Yes,
if you
we
did. Thanks, Nate. Appreciate it. I did get a good lunch in, though. So
Nice.
I'm pretty happy about that.
Nice.
And I got to relax a little bit, but now we're back for the next matchup on Miramar.
Yeah, I've just been feasting all day on these wonderful PUBG matches.
Yeah.
I'll be getting my lunch after this one.
Yeah, you're like back to back to back. I'm talking about food. I'm going to keep talking about food. Spam all of the food emotes in chat right now.
I don't have the chat open in front of me, so please feel free. Go for it.
Dang it. He gave it away. I'm going to open up my phone right now and open the chat. Let's check out where some replay on this last match.
Yeah, some good shots. I mean, we had that S12K memes go down, a lot of vector sprays, and engages with the Molotovs. Very good aggressive play that we got to see. Kept things fun, exciting.
The new Molly, man. The Molotovs are amazing how they just spread, throw them in a house, and then half of that place is on fire.
A really good play here. Good control, man. This was so rough watching EhhDannn try to finish off the other player in the water and then die because he just exposed himself too much.
He was there too long. Yep. Got to shoot and scoot.
Yep.
Shoot and scoot.
Swagger held down well on his own, but did not make it to the very end. And I thought Horse did a good job of playing strong with the teammate too. But everything got really dirty and dicey in
That's the quarry. See, people stay out of the quarry. Just stay out.
A lot of people died in the quarry.
You're better off running around the edges than you are running through it. Trust me, does not save lives.
And that was rough, aggressive, and a great finish there by Bad Bunny PR, getting that. Almost missed the guy running to the side of the crate and then comes back in towards the center. Doesn't actually go for the flank, but maintains the composure and gets him. Was very well executed, very well played.
Composure, that word. We keep saying that. If you want to play a little bit more competitively on PUBG, you got to gain composure, keep your composure. I mean, that's any game that you want to play a little bit more competitively on, because if you're a little too amped up or you're freaked out, that is enough to throw off your game.
I mean, you know that a ton of people are watching you play this, especially if you make it to the end and you're like, well, hey, obviously you want to win, but you don't want to look bad in front of people on the internet. That's the worst.
Yeah, I guess with the Invitationals too, they're not as accustomed to competitive kind of styling and vibe, and I mean, but they should be probably used to the audience, though.
Maybe.
And then if you want to make a fool of yourself, that's part of the entertainment, right?
Yeah, it's a bit of a crazy scenario. I mean, we do still get to see a lot of the streamer personality, which is nice.
Yeah, you put yourself out there.
Tron with his mask is in his robot voice.
I'm
loving
a fan.
it every time.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that's what's great about this stream or this broadcast is you're able to check out and find some new streamers on Twitch that you may never have heard of. Like I didn't know about that guy, right? Smacetron?
Yeah, Smacetron.
Yo, his voice is scary, but I mean, I dig it. I think it's awesome. It's fantastic. I love the dedication to that helmet and staying inside there. But hey, let's take a look at the kill standings right now as they are after 3 matches.
That's been good. These are individual kills. Ashumi has been doing extremely well. From Team Ashumi, Lumi has been doing extremely well. And EhhDannn from Cav Mains tied. 2 of them tied at 13 kills. The most so far. Maybe this next game we'll see one of them take the lead over the other.
That's a lot of, these are individual players. 13 kills, 12, 10, 9. I mean, that's fantastic. That means they're just consistently going in, fragging all the things. Like, they're winning all their fights for the most part.
Yeah.
Taking everyone down.
They've been doing really well. And I mean, you see, the most interesting to me that stands out here is you look at Team Ashumi that have not been picking up the big W's, but you still have getting a lot of those kills. And we look at the kill leaderboard for the teams, and Ashumi has been putting themselves up those rankings without a chicken dinner just because they have so many kills. 21 kills times 4 points per kill, which moves them up so many places and allows them to be extremely competitive. Cav Mains have won a match. Of course, Team Dark Horse has won a match. But it's been tough. And actually, looking at the kill leaderboard, the team that just won isn't even on our top 10, it looks like.
Yikes.
Yeah.
What does the overall leaderboard look like?
I'm like, pretty sure Latin Lovers won the last one, and they gotta be careful. Gotta get those kills up there, because I think there's a very real possibility that these teams that are fragging super hard and not winning are going to topple the teams that are winning because they're just doing so well consistently. Team Ashumi comes to mind like that.
Have they duoed before? I mean, they probably play together a lot casually.
They've got to have some good rapport to be this
before?
consistent.
Anyone in chat?
Yeah.
Let us know. I like that name. It's a combination of both of their names. You know, like the whole hashtag when people are dating and they take a part of your name and the other part, and they not to say that they're dating. I'm just saying it's.
It doesn't have to be that. You know.
Oh wait, so
it's like an archon of their name.
Lucy May and what's our?
I don't, it could be like
Nathania May.
Lucy Thanius. I don't know.
Lucy Than. Stream. What should it be?
There you go. You guys help us figure it out. I don't.
But. Well, how about, as I said, let's take a look at the overall standings after 3 matches, where everyone is currently at.
Those points. Team Ashumi,
look
at that. They haven't won, and they are in first place by a nice little bit. Team Dark Horse moved themselves up from 4th place with the number of kills they were able to get in their performance in the last game. Cav Maze sitting at 3rd. And Latin Lovers at 6th place. Despite winning that last match, they are not even in the top 5 because those kills matter.
Yeah, I mean, they probably didn't. I was unable to catch their placements previously, so they might not have done as well. But that goes to show that anything can happen. It's anybody's game.
And if they pick up some kills, I mean, they can still move on. It's reasonably forgiving in that regard. So also cool to see Team Dink in 8th place. You got Jenna Marbles doing very well in our tournament. Some of our probably more known personalities competing in this PUBG tournament.
Yay, Team Dink! Top 8 teams! Congratulations, everybody, thus far. You're doing a great job. Keep it up, because this is only week 1.
Yeah, there's so much more coming up over the entirety of the next month from all of the regions. I mean, we're doing North America right now. We'll be getting into South America soon after this, only a few games away from that. And it's just so cool. There's so much at stake, and so many people are competing from so many different places in the world. You're like, well, I want to see a European do well. It's like, watch the European qualifier.
Yep.
Find the guy or girl who wins that. Watch them go to the regionals against everybody else, and see which of your favorite players make it all the way to the finals. And I think that's the coolest part, is you can kind of see some of these stories develop, because some of these players you're watching today very well may end up in that grand live final. Should be super cool. That's so awesome.
Yeah, that's what's great about this tournament specifically, is that it's not just pro players that we're accustomed to seeing in esports. They're now inviting streamers and casuals alike, right?
Yeah.
If you just love to play PUBG and you think you can get up in there and compete, you can qualify. That's what these are for. And you can have your shot at $300,000 prize pool. Yikes.
That's awesome. That's so awesome.
That's amazing.
And some of that prize as well is going towards like the individual performance, so the superstar players have their incentive to be superstars, and the team performance, so the incentive is there to work together with the teammates. And I love it. I also really love this point system for this tournament, just the fact that players are encouraged to get those kills. The extra points for picking up those frags has moved Ashumi to the top, which I think is probably the most interesting part about this, is maybe they're not winning per se, but they are certainly eliminating the most people from having a chance at winning in this tournament.
Which helps change up a little bit of the gameplay, a little bit of the meta, in that you are being awarded for top kills. And so, because before it was just like people just camp their way. It wasn't as fun for you guys to watch, perhaps. And
I've done it.
I mean, same. I mean, we all have. If you say you haven't, you're lying to everyone right now. But this encourages you, like you said, to go out, engage other people, try to get those kills. And as we saw a lot in the last match, person saying, yeah, but I need to complete this kill so I can get those points. It's very important. Though it is at a risk factor of giving away your position. But it's what is it? What are you weighing? What are you leveraging? Money.
Money, 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 money. And we've got the next map that players will be fighting on to try and get that money. It's going to be Miramar.
Miramar. What was that accent? Where'd that come from?
Roll some randomars.
Yeah? Randomars?
Just randomars.
Yeah. Miramar. Yeah. Do the last R, too. Do both R's.
Miramar.
Ooh.
Someone out there really hates the way I'm pronouncing this now.
Do you speak any other language?
No.
No?
I just know random phrases in other languages.
You just roll R's really well.
Yes.
Miramar.
It's practically a sport.
You got that. Right down the middle.
Yep, heading northwest, of course. Los Leones is huge. There's a ton there. We'll see how many people want to try and risk that. Of course, the east side's never bad, but you got to be careful about those rotations, those big hills, getting over those hills. Very difficult. People that are able to secure high ground on this map, very hard to leverage around, of course. I love landing at Hacienda del Patron. It's great. Usually you can get
in casuals, but you definitely don't want to be doing that in competitive game.
Competitive is a bit risky, maybe.
Are we jumping?
Maybe.
Yeah, bro, where are you dropping? Tell us all the things.
Trick team's been very, those guys have been very fired up, Trick's team.
Yeah.
A lot of passion coming out of those players.
Cantante.
As this plane reaches the end. Some of these players jumping out at the very end
I'm
of the
gonna
plane
go
flight
bit
as
to the
well.
left.
Yeah, because the idea behind that is kind of want to watch the plane and see how many players are left to minimize your odds of perhaps getting in an engagement on your drop and
No,
fighting
there's
for
another guy behind
compound possession of an area.
Yeah,
Oh, there goes military. You know, I love military on Aragel, but I do not like military on Miramar.
Yeah, I don't really even. I think I've maybe gone there once or
We're in a
twice on this
situation
map.
where we
I'm a
need to
huge
make sure
fan.
it's
I'm a huge fan of the Hacienda area, as well as. I mean, Los Angeles isn't too bad
Now he's
either.
dropping
There's a ton there.
rapidly.
Although I've got a crazy friend who's like, we have to land Picado every game. Always land on the arena.
Yeah, they're going
I'm
on
like,
to that
okay,
warehouse below us.
and that's it. And then we get to play like 50 games a night at least doing that.
Yeah, I mean, there's excitement in that for sure.
Yeah.
You know, you get the adrenaline pumping
Right,
all
let's
the
do this.
time.
Literally
And
step
then
into
try
the
to,
arena or
work our way
parachute
up
into
to
it, however you want to put it.
whatever
But
the hell is in front of us.
majority of our players have got their feet on the
There's a guy right in
ground.
front of us.
Oh, we've got two teams here.
No gun.
Moody sees them very early. He's like, oh, crowbar, shotgun attachment.
Is there a mission? Do we
Scope?
get missions in the tournament? Kill a player with a crowbar.
Jump punch. Well, I mean, this sort of situation, when you know that there's someone nearby, it's very scary. Although, you know, the P18C, that at least gets the bullets out extremely fast. If you get up close to somebody with that, that's 17 rounds about as fast as you could possibly shoot them. Just don't miss, because you've got pretty much one clip off the default ammo.
Yeah, I would probably guess that. Whoa, did you see that hard shift? Look at the shift on that circle.
Yeah,
Look at that
that
circle.
circle's on the very top
Yikes.
left.
Yo está aquí.
A lot of players are going to have to fight, I think, a lot earlier than they were intending to. If you get to the end of that circle early, everyone else is going to be collapsing in on you. That's super dangerous. Most of the players in the game have landed. A decent amount are in where that circle is, but a lot of them are on the east side, and I expect to see a good amount of fighting.
Yeah, because that tends to be where a
my
lot of
God,
the cities
times.
and compounds are. That the section that everyone's in and not the circle. Rarely do I land myself in the northwest
And
region.
look, he's already spent all the bullets.
Oh,
he had
dude,
two
that's
shots.
Bananaman.
Bananaman knocks Woody down.
Dale.
And that's the problem is, of course, that P18Z can shoot, but it doesn't have you don't have
Not
too much ammo.
up against the SMG.
So you got Trick running around. He's got that Uzi. Has he not reloaded it?
He has it. I'm kind of triggered by it.
Oh my goodness. He's gonna. I can already see the rage. This is happening.
Chat,
here.
tell him to
Where someone
reload
shows
his
up,
gun.
someone gets in front of you, you hold down left click, nothing happens. You're like, what is going on?
The worst.
El jefe.
I'll be in an engagement for
I am like, actually, I want to see him fight and react. I'm one of those.
like
people.
someone come up and he's got no bullets.
In all honesty.
Yeah.
I'm a terrible human being.
Hey, I mean, we just want to see some action, right?
Yeah.
See what happens.
With a guy that has an unloaded gun.
Watch those bullets just come out anyways, and we're like, wait, what?
Find a car.
He tricked us. See what I did there? No.
Uh-oh.
Cringe.
Got him.
Okay, yeah.
There's a car coming, dude.
There is a car coming. It sounds like a Murado. It is the beautiful
Nailing a
Murado,
shot
baby.
like that would be impressive. Oh, that's that new car, yeah.
I'm just gonna ignore him because I don't have a gun to fight. Like I have.
Yeah.
only
I think
sniper.
tending to take pot shots
I'm
with the
getting shot at.
KR
Oh,
against
no,
a
they're
speedy
actually
car like that's
fighting.
gonna be quite tough.
Alright, we're gonna have to run.
This is interesting to see engagement already so quickly at the start of the match on
I think
Miramar.
they just are pissed.
Yeah.
Such a big map. Granted, I guess because everyone's scrambling right now to get to that super hard shifted circle to the northwest region.
Yeah, I mean, and it can spread out so much because of, like you said, it's such a big map and there is so much here. So he's got the Winchester.
But it's the first circle. It doesn't hurt that bad. So I think maybe some people are kind of trying to freaking out a little bit more than they necessarily need to.
Yeah. It's
He
all
just
good.
swapped his two out for one.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time.
Same.
The best is when you're playing first person and you like forget that you like don't have a helmet on. That's also my favorite.
That's the worst. My chat will always have to tell me that.
Yeah.
In some cases. Lucy, you need a helmet.
What would we do without Twitch chat to
I
tell
know.
us what to do?
You guys are amazing.
Someone like calls out like, Nate, there's a guy behind that tree. I'm like, no, there isn't. Then I die. I'm like,
But even the simplest things as, Lucy, drink some water. Oh, yeah, right.
Gotta stay hydrated.
Or blink. Lucy, blink.
breathe manually.
Well,
Do
they're
it.
super hurt and they don't have.
He's shooting up the hill.
Probably don't have meds.
2x, it's a little
we
bit
go.
tough to land those shots with.
You know what's like this environment, Miramar in itself, with just like the random trees and a little bit of the dust and the dirt is, for whatever reason, it reminds me of beach-like kind of vibes. And with the beach-like kind of vibes, it makes me think of our spa day skin sets. So just imagine, like you just go out on one of the balconies of one of these houses.
Yeah,
and just,
you're chilling at Hacienda El Patron, you just finished killing everybody, you walk out on the patio.
Yeah.
Get in the pool, you remove the bodies from it, of course.
Remove the bodies. Yeah, we killed that guy.
He is really trying to land that long shot. He spent every bullet he had, and I don't know if he landed.
Oh, he sure did. He has no bullets.
Well, that happened.
That's really not good.
He's
Damn,
coming
somebody
down.
made it all the way over here.
And he's got,
Right.
Brown Bag's got that vector.
kinda be
No
quiet.
extended though. So
Yeah.
those 13 rounds will come out real quick, and then
I
you
only
gotta
have
be
an SMG.
careful. You are vulnerable for a nice
Same.
chunk of time there. It's the biggest strength and weakness of this gun is that it shoots so
I'm gonna go
fast.
across to, like,
Yeah.
You need that extended mag.
I was a little surprised they were walking into a city. To be honest, I feel like at this point of the match,
dangerous.
you kind of want to stay away from those. So many buildings, you don't know where anyone's positioned. You could be walking into a death trap.
Yeah. You say they'll have Deadpine and Desert Punk just looting up, keeping cool.
I feel it. I'm down with it.
Yeah.
They don't call me Loot Goblin for nothing.
These guys haven't run into anybody. They're like, yeah, we're fine.
And
This is okay.
Typically how Miramar works.
Yeah.
Really, it's so big.
If you're not on Sanok, you're usually not expecting the big fights at the start, right? At least in competitive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Say pubs on Miramar is just a giant fist fight at Pecado and Hacienda.
Sounds like these guys found somebody. They're one to go. Full in.
Is this the warehouse that Deadpine were at?
This man has an excellent fan.
Yes.
The motor on that thing is amazing.
He is keeping very
No, yo no vi ninguno en este, güey.
Yo vi aquí uno, güey.
Bueno, chingada madre. Ya
Wow,
entendí, pero
tell
vente
him.
conmigo, te estoy diciendo.
Ya estoy aquí,
There's a little bit of fire
No,
coming
no,
out of
no,
these two. Very, very hyped up.
I literally had no idea what they said, but I felt the passion.
Yeah.
A lot of focus going on over here.
Yeah. Focusing very hard, picking up that loot.
The two that I was saying, walking into a town unknowingly where
And
anyone else
they-
is.
You know what?
They're
Turns out there
survived.
was
They're still alive.
nobody over here. Yeah.
There's
feels
creeping.
good. Aerith Reborn just got picked off. Zilverk got it with the shotty. He's like, that M16.
He's struggling here, but
looks good.
which one do I want?
Does it say anywhere in the rules about requiring streaming?
Yes, you are supposed to be
You
streaming.
are supposed to be streaming. Got him.
Got him.
Say I'm in the same room as the person streaming with, but I'm not streaming myself.
Oh snap! You picked the worst time to admit that.
Yeah.
I have Elite just chilling at the end of the circle over here. Damaged a little bit.
Oh, okay. I am watching. I'm hearing the keys, but I'm not seeing the movement, and I think there might be somebody right off the cam. Just writing an email.
Because what
Yeah.
I'm doing is like
You know.
going and watching all. the
People just
different
type really
streamers
fast,
that
you
are-
know.
Ooh, we're watching you, not
Yeah.
streaming.
That's why we're here. We're here for you. All right, Deadpine, Desert Punk. They got themselves a nice truck, moving their way around. Headed west towards the circle.
What, dude?
He can't even hear his teammate.
I didn't hear what you said.
Interesting.
Maybe his game sounds
This is
are
the
set too high. I don't
maybe.
know. Audio balance is important
Oh,
when you're
yeah,
doing.
because when you're driving a vehicle, it's so loud.
Yeah.
I have to mute the gameplay every time we're in a vehicle in order to hear comms. But
you know, you can lower the game sound. I don't know. I
but
guess
don't
hard to hear
want
bullets.
to. Yeah. I don't want to be worrying about lowering the game volume.
I
putting it
just
back
like
up.
watching that air freshener just bounce up all over while they're driving.
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
we're back.
Yeah,
Do
have
they
it-
know that?
Do they know?
Is that a Twitch blanket? It's probably not, but
No. We could dream. We could pretend.
looks like it's chilly in there. Just cuddled up.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that.
Uh-oh. Wait. Shh. What? Say what? Say it, dude. I dare you.
There's no secrets between friends.
We moved off.
It's okay. Oh, goodness. And there's our circle. Everybody seems to have made it
I wanna get
reasonably
further in.
fast. It wasn't the worst one ever. Not closing in too fast that the players can't manage their way through. But, you know, Heather Lee looks like she's going to be running into 2 different teams pretty soon over. Yeah, she sees them.
I love the physical lean.
Yes,
the
I do
IRL
that.
lean, same.
Yeah.
Same. That just, you know, made me feel a little better about myself. Yeah, girl, the lean. Let's go.
She is so focused. Laser. A laser beam focus here. She's got the S12K. If she gets up close and personal, she can make it happen. Very dangerous, of course.
I feel like we have no cover in this.
I love the SKS with the 2 times.
Bro, he was
or
just
something like that.
I don't even no idea what he was doing. Okay.
We don't know either, man.
Yeah, why are you hanging outside of this car? Just put a red flag up while you're in the air.
He's just hanging up the
while you're at
passenger
it.
side of his best friend's ride. That's all.
Yeah, he's like, I like the wind in my hair.
Yeah.
And my weapon.
No big deal.
I
It's like
might
a
hit all the things if I have my gun up
golden
and
retriever, just catching the breeze.
ready. He's about to take out. Oh!
Oh!
They were right there waiting for us.
Wow, that was
Nuisance! Getting that kill. Oh, man.
Your loot delivery is here, sir.
Right? That's the best.
Exposed.
Thanks
No
for bringing me
sights.
your
Rip.
stuff.
Goodness, that's a rough way to go
Carefully.
down.
I mean, that's kind of part of also, you know,
from the zone.
a
When you
little
drive up
strat.
to a bunch of buildings like that too, and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna speed
I
in
don't
and
have a
just
sight. I
power
can't-
slide
You
to
wanna
a
keep
stop.
Well, you gotta you gotta find the
let's run
best
up
spot
here,
to do that to you.
southwest.
That's, I mean, that you have to do that. You have to pile drive into the compound, but find a spot there where there might not be somebody
What do we
either
got in
able
the
to peek you from
open?
a broken wall or a window in the building,
Try to go fast. I'm
or
putting
even
my
just
gun away.
stop right
They're
before the
pretty close. They
the
just came in
hillside
from the
there.
zone.
But yeah, he just kind of
I
stopped and
can't
then
even put
got
my-
out. Like,
my-
hey, oh,
to put my gun away doesn't work.
You're not.
Okay.
Just give me at least 1 game.
And you got Treat and Scurry over here. Kind of just perusing this house.
Saw it off as a pistol.
I've never done that. Except for like day
You know
one
what?
that it came out.
Takes no
I
extra
don't-
room. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, I guess you never know.
I can't have I never equip a third weapon.
There's nothing wrong with having a third weapon. I love having
No,
a third weapon.
I know. And it's
Well,
smart
that's
too.
like in the
I personally
middle of a
just don't.
city, and this is like, I don't know, man.
I like the sawed off. It's saved my life many a
Maybe 1 or
time.
2 teams.
We got 2 minutes. We
You
can
don't
really
even need to
send
carry
it.
I wish I
extra
could.
ammo.
Half
It's just your 2
fuel, so
shots.
we got-
You know,
we got a lot.
it's your insurance policy.
Exactly.
I gotta say, the one thing I dislike about the first person.
There's
What
still
is it?
58 though.
Yeah, that's the issue, man. This is almost worse. I mean, hey, we won the one which took super slow
Yeah, I guess.
with less gear.
That's the thing is when you're not geared up as much,
That-
you
yo,
play
the
more
brake lights
passively
are on
because
the
you're
truck, so
you're
watch
gonna
out.
get killed easier,
Yeah.
obviously. So innately,
Probably
you just
switch cars
naturally
for fuel.
play more passively
There's gonna be
than you
some
might
booze.
be used to, and
Yeah,
those
it-
are the types. I've gotten chicken dinners that way
dinner?
as well, and you're just like, wait, I didn't have anything.
And it seems like they like to play maybe a bit more third person as they're talking about how it's a little bit different for
following
them,
you.
which is also impressive because they've played really well.
Yeah.
I'm down to rotate anywhere.
And Treat and Scurry getting into this this vehicle. They're
we're
making their
trying to
way
get
up
yellow.
northeast.
Near mark.
Actually spread out between 2 different vehicles. So no giant single target. So you have 58 alive still, of course. Miramar is so huge, and with the elevation and all of the buildings, it takes a little bit of time for everyone to get together. But
Do we
look
hunt
at
this
that.
guy?
Yes, hunt
car
him.
behind us, behind us,
Do
behind
it. You won't.
The
Yeah,
other
it's not
car,
good.
oh wow,
I'm
they're
not
running
playing.
into each other right now. Goodness gracious. This is some great POV swap we got going on here.
Is it the two? No, these are 2 different engagements, I think. Because the other one had a bike involved. Oh no! Don't get out of the middle of the road.
Oh, wow, he hits Aiekillu. No, that's
Oh!
them. Oh my goodness, great shot. Knocks him out of the
mad about
car,
that shot.
finishes him
I
off.
wish we could've got that double
That
kill.
green blood spray
Yeah.
is using the colorblind mode.
That's a good shot to make. I'm just impressed by that.
You like that?
Yeah. Taking the guy out while he's driving, like, I don't know. It's such a cool shot whenever you see it, and it feels like it's super hard to get
Yeah,
that
it
when you're
just
trying to
didn't
do
load
it.
in time. Like you drove right by it.
Oh, wow, that rendered in pretty late.
Yeah. He's like, well, I got the
Lots
loot
of
now.
oh, K9.
He's got a level 2 backpack, buddy.
Finally.
He's got a level
Let's
2.
look real
I
quick.
would
Drop his
switch.
SK.
Switch it. I bet you he forgets.
Somehow that was
I bet you.
Somehow that was the first time my eyes were drawn to him. Like, this guy's a
760
level. He left a level 2 backpack. He's got a level 1.
He's got a lot more things on his mind, you know,
Please.
than the level 2 backpack.
No,
more
no,
like,
you know
like
what?
you know, $300,000.
I fixated on it. I am not capable of thinking about anything else. All right, then we switch cams. Good, good. Ooh, you
Good,
saved
now
me.
you can breathe. Relax. Here's a towel.
I'm really stressed.
Yeah, we have to run. We should run straight to this place and get into it.
Yes.
That'd be a good idea.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think running away from that place would probably be a bad idea.
Oh no, Julie killed himself in a vehicle explosion if you guys caught that in the kill feed.
Ouch.
The worst. Oh no. But he went out in a blaze of glory.
With a bang.
So there's that.
With a bang. What is he? He's caught a whiff of something. Here's the shots coming in.
Oh.
Ooh,
Yeah,
now
little
that
close
is
to
the
edge.
worst feeling. That is the worst feeling.
I do like that though. That it's a little, more realistic in that regard because some first-person shooters you could go right up to the edge and unrealistically make that shot over the edge, even though it really shouldn't have lip. But I like that, so you can't head glitch as much.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's something else to be mindful of for these players. Trying to nail that long shot with the Scar. He's not going to be able to get it.
I'm not sure I would have even taken that shot.
130, ¿verdad? Dijiste.
Sí, 150 ya. El vato está corriendo para acá. Tiene que salir por ahí.
He's on your 3 o'clock, bro. There you go.
There he
Get
goes,
him.
running through the field.
Get him.
Pew, pew. Nope.
Someone's
¿Dónde?
shooting with an SKS somewhere.
And keep in mind, they're making a lot of noise, too. Anybody else in the nearby vicinity is like, oh, there's some people over in those buildings.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't have shot that first one, because it wasn't going to be a kill shot with that scope, especially.
Another one right after that.
But he went for it, so he had to commit.
And then like maybe 2 more after that? No,
Yeah,
two-
But it is
maybe-
Miramar. So on Sanok, you can start freaking out, but Miramar's a little bit bigger.
Everybody is still pretty reasonably spread out.
Yeah,
on
and there's
our
still
map.
so many people
There's
left.
so many people. We've only lost like 10-ish of
Yeah.
our players. So
That's low, yeah.
Heather Leet just got picked off by
Oh, shit, I got some
Sinister.
bacon.
I hate when I do that.
I hate that too. I don't know what he's talking about. but-
I'm just gonna agree with him.
Yeah, same. All right, so he decided to push the guy.
Wow, did not
That-
see Melodrama just standing there.
That was the SKS I was calling out earlier, but he just tunnel visioned on that initial guy.
But they
and
made
it
so
cost
much
them their
noise.
lives.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they made so much noise. It was so obvious they were there.
I'm just worried about his teammate.
They were looking that way. Ooh, this is that
like-
bike flipperino.
Oh, this isn't even a compound. This is like a little.
Skylining. Yeah, take the
How many
car.
first aid do you have now?
1.
Okay, I can drop you
They're
one.
talking about their meds, making
honestly,
sure that they
I feel
both
like there's
got a
someone in there.
decent amount of loot.
Yeah, I feel like he might be in there. I'll drop that. First aid
And they're
for
going to
him.
be looking out over this wide field in front of them, trying to see if there's anybody meandering about. It's an intense
Otherwise,
situation.
I'm
Really,
pretty
you're
much
just waiting for this next circle. This is going to be the big one. I think we're gonna start seeing a lot more fights. There is an engagement going down in the center of that
Pushing
circle right
buildings
now,
is 8.
as these players begin to do
There's
battle.
his buddy.
We've
Try
got
to smack
Hambinooo out here, looking around, and Horsey, of course, over here with Trick. Hambino's taking the shots at this
Okay,
buggy,
that's fine,
trying to
that's fine,
make
that's
its
fine,
way
that's fine.
across the field.
We're gonna go up top one on him. Come with me.
They're gonna get in the car and try to chase him down.
Let's go. Hambinooo, one of our more competitive PUBG players in the Invitational.
He's done really well so far today. That team has just been doing
there's people there?
fantastic.
Turn off.
Yeah, Hambino's actually
Bet you he's one yellow then.
another mosquito. I kid you not. What is going on in here? Is there a mosquito family living in
We
this?
gotta take him down.
You know, 200 IQ, Trick. Come on, man.
That's where I light up.
200 IQ. Amen.
Look at this
on the
map right
No, he's
now.
right here.
That circle is making its way
this,
in.
This is the
We're gonna see
circle
bodies
that gets.
dropping. Yep.
This is the circle that gets us below 30 players.
Oh shit. I just want to pull this thing
It's
in.
like,
real
yeah,
quick. I don't
be
think
careful with that driving, buddy. As he stopped by over here.
That's the thing. The Murano is so good, so fast, and it controls.
dude,
You can
car
control
right
it
here.
pretty well over all of the hills and the bumps
I need some
here in
ammo.
Murano.
Right, that's for you.
But the
You want
trade-off
it?
really is that
yeah,
loud noise. You can hear that Murano like halfway across the map.
Yeah.
I dramatize, obviously, but it's super loud.
Can you though? Literally the opposite side of the map.
I said half.
Okay, okay. Just checking. And they're just looting up. They're just chilling. I guess not really feeling the pressure right now as they're in that comfortable little center spot. Using this high ground position, there's a good amount of debris on the top side of these infrastructure for if anybody were to come in and they were to trade shots, they can hide. And then, of course, as you put it, the car's in here, so they can still always have that if they were, for whatever reason, to want to make a quick escape.
Yeah, if the quick escape or if they, I'm not quite sure where they're positioned on the circle currently or in the circle, but if the circle's hard shifts on them, they can make it in because the circle's going to start to hit way harder now.
Yeah, just looting up. They've got the SKS going. Looking across, they see that buggy trying to pop the tires on it, and that's just their way of making sure that nobody is going to be able to get inside of that and actually head towards them. So, or at least escape that position if they need to.
Exactly.
So you see him looking up the hill.
Oh, baby.
Wagon gets that headshot on D. Marcus. Not bad with the Scarl. That's Hambino's first kill this game. A little bit surprised we did very well. But I guess we still have the majority of the players alive. Kongfan takes down Taosse. It was on one of those other really high kill teams.
Go check him out.
Go check him out. Get his loot.
Just in case. We might need him later.
And now Hambino's going to run out. Yep. Just try to see what he can see what's there.
This guy rode this happy van in and just said, I'm going to stop right in the middle of the open area.
That vehicle right there might be my favorite part of this
Said no
whole
one.
map.
Said no one. Chat, do you like the van? Anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Yes? No?
That van makes me think about good times.
Oh, does it
Blast
now?
in, wake me up before you go, all that.
There was a guy, I think, over North Compound. I think there's people there.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a team right
And we see Jackpoint there, picked off by Swagger. Get another good shot in. As he's got that car 98 looking out long.
That side because I highly doubt anybody comes there, but they don't have a lot of cover there, so there's a team that's going to move into that mark on yellow.
These guys are talking about the strategy where the opponents are. Swagger and him.
So
Hambino.
You see where I'm looking? This compound right here. I think they got shots from there.
Just be careful.
So they'll be keeping their eyes on that position to the north of them.
Yeah, you might get sandwiched here, but there's
they're in actually a really good position. I mean,
And
they
they're
are at
thinking
the
about it.
bottom. They don't have high ground or anything, but they do have plenty of walls. They've got buildings to get inside.
Yeah, and they're aware of their position, like they're talking about how they don't want to get sandwiched. They want to be careful about where they're going to shoot if they have to.
Right.
Taking out the windows in advance.
Yeah, you want to take out the windows because it's going to affect your initial bullet when you make that shot. And you want your first bullet you aim onto a head. Hopefully, will make that impact. But if you have a window that you have to break first, it will 100% affect that shot, and you won't get your down there.
And there's a car coming.
Hiding.
Okay, we need to hide. We need to hide. We need to hide.
I like that.
We need to hide. I love it.
Safe zone, go prone. Safe zone,
behind
go
you,
prone.
behind you.
He's just being honest.
Behind you.
Turn around. He said
Eric,
behind
chill.
you.
Listen to your teammate.
Okay.
Okay.
This is
now,
happening.
He does see him. He does see him.
I got him.
But there's still people behind them.
Let's move in. I'm moving in.
I see his teammate is still taking damage from the blue. So his teammate doesn't really want to cooperate, eh?
Yeah, he's
I'm down.
He's down. Don't forget, were those people still behind them there too? So that's just.
Yeah, felt like he was getting shot from the back.
Yes, you got their attention, and now they have killed you.
Yeah, that's what I said. They should start cresting soon. Because that whole side of the circle is about to be mayhem.
And the Hambino Turtle Fest continues on with Swagger. He's pulling out the wagon, trying to block a little bit, I guess. Give a little bit of cover.
I love that he brought it in. Oh, fantastic. One player goes down.
Oh, steals the kill.
That is the best,
You took my 4 points.
Well, it's one thing to complete and finish your kill, your own, but when you take someone else's, oh man, that's like a next level feels.
Yeah, and they got the other player as well, and then they see the next team. Wow, Hambino
on that
taking them
to the left of the
shots.
compound we came from. Okay, circle played back towards us. We need to sit here and hold out.
I think it's a little awkward.
Yeah, Rexzilla and Nuisancee
I'm
playing
gonna
it.
look real quick, see what we can play.
They're still a little bit outside that circle area, though. Sitting a little bit north of it. Northwest, it looks like.
Really good.
I do believe there's
biking or running?
Nobody on their backside that they have to worry about, so they'll be able to make their
We
way
can wait.
southeast
Let's wait it out.
without
Let's
being
wait it out. These guys
contested.
northwest have
Yeah,
to
it's
move
good that they've
first.
got a
There's gonna be a
vehicle
team
because I was just about to
northeast
say
here
it's
for sure.
we're in a tough position
Or
if
it
they
might
did
be
it.
Pone, actually. It might be
where Anthony was shooting
one
at.
person coming in on the rear. And actually, someone is outside of the blue. I think Horsey's managed to
But,
grab
if,
a
but you
car,
ob-
so-
they obviously don't know that, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to worry.
I don't wanna
There's
waste
so
my
much space
med.
behind
Yep,
them,
we
and
got guys
there's
coming in
still
290 though.
space in front of them. And it's just awkward. So that's why they're going to wait it out. But they have a vehicle, and I could just
Yeah.
drive it right on in.
And they were calling it. They could see other players coming in towards their positions. Got to be so careful in these situations. Hambinooo and Swagger really just like, you know what? We don't need to move. We're not going to move. We will sit here and just do our best to pick off everybody that we can without giving up our advantageous position for as long as possible.
You ready?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they just got to watch their position, everyone around them, make sure
Come
that
down this way.
they
I
don't
think
get
you
pinched
would
like that
see
one
come down
team
this
that we
way.
kind of unfortunately saw. It happens. That's what
Daz,
PUBG is.
So got-
Daz
so
and
got a
Buddha
suppressor close
trying to
to
make
us,
their
huh?
way
Yeah,
down
yeah.
the hill over here.
He's actually above us. What the fuck do we do here?
What do you
Oh my God,
do?
we have to
Well,
push
don't the
towards
other
these
guys have to get
motherfuckers?
out of the
Oh,
blue
there's
too?
people
I guess you have to as
northeast
well,
right
so
now.
you're
They
just
just
gonna
ran by that
stop.
shack down there. They're moving 75. Okay, let them run. Let them run. Let them
They're
run.
moving away from the circle. I'm not quite sure what their objective there
Yeah,
was.
they're scared of the guy in the high ground. They're like, if we get below him, maybe he'll come down and we can get him. I'm not sure.
Nice.
Oh, misses the next shot. They're pushing in on Swagger and his team. It misses again. This guy says something a little bit. He's like, yeah, you know what? No more tapping. I'm done with tapping.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Actually, Ashek got that kill from afar. Ashek is somewhere out here. Steals that kill off the teammate.
Got another kill.
Hey, Lumi's got me.
Oh, but Hambinooo got Pome.
I have no clue where.
Yeah, they've got to watch that last teammate out there.
And Hambinooo just got
Ashek.
Nuisance. It's tough.
Great use of the grenades. Smoke grenades are huge.
Yep.
I mean, really, all the nades, all the throwables have their objective in your gameplay strategy, but smokes can help you move around the map, get your position.
8 up. There's only 8 up.
Hambinooo up to 6 kills now.
Where is Ashek and Lumi?
They're up there
Nice.
on the hill, 140 at the top of the crest.
must be
These guys
Ashek,
spotted
was it?
everybody. Is that Ashek up there?
Oh.
I put damage
Those
on
are
him.
those
I put
guys.
damage on him. I'm
The
healing.
Ashumo
No,
team
what
is
we
like
need to
the
do
Grim Reaper of this tournament with the frags that they've been picking up. They have not won. They just come and kill everybody. And this smacetron team trying to get this other guys. They get flanked. He said, "Watch your left."
Yeah.
He's
He's
like,
got
"Guess
to
I should
leave
have
him.
watched my left."
I think he's going to try to revive him.
That's so
I
risky.
guess there is 20 seconds left. But
Ashek is actually shooting at rivasland right now. That's where he's taking these shots from. Smacetron getting hit by Ashumi, which is actually the only other team in the circle right now. As
Yeah, so
Hambinooo
We're
gets
just
in
gonna
there.
hold out. And there's gonna be people coming from our right. Get ready. We should probably hang out here for a second. I'll cross. You stay. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, I don't even
Can
know.
you hold
They
that
gotta be
lip?
careful.
We'll hold right here.
Ashumi's
Hold
got
right
the
here.
high ground.
We're good. We're good.
I think we hold right here, dude.
Yeah. Just
that's
watch
that's
that.
actually a
There's
really
like
good
tunnel
spot.
there.
They just got to
I'm just
watch their
watching our
sixth then on this while people are
Yeah.
trying to push into the circle.
On my right, Swag, above me.
I can't expose myself. We'll get shot
Okay,
in the back.
comms.
Comms. Nate, comms. Shh. Do you hear anything? Are you hearing anything?
I'm not reading anything. Over.
Oh, you got rocked, son.
And
Oh, at the
Ashumi.
same time.
Another one bites the dust.
Oh, they got.
Somebody fell, by the way. Scurry actually fell to his death, it looked like. Match finished.
Not bad.
Ashek. Ay. Team Ashumi finally picks up a W.
It was their time.
It was their time. They have gotten so many kills, and they did it again in this match, and they finally get themselves a chicken dinner. Lumi and Ashek.
They were just they found themselves in great position on the map, got lucky with those rotations. I mean, not lucky, I won't say that. I mean, it is a lot of luck, but we didn't watch them the entire time, so we don't know how well they were moving along Miramar and around rotating and such. But they definitely were positioned really well on the map.
Yeah.
Which they were the only one in the circle, like
I
you
just
called.
loved it. They did a great job. They also stole the kill from Swagger. And I'm just like, they were so on top of everything. And actually, now that I think about it, I think Swagger and hambinooo probably stole that kill from Ashumi earlier when they picked off the guy that was down outside the blue. So just a bit of tit for tat.
Yeah.
Just a bit of tit for tat. And big congrats to Ashumi. That team has been so fun to watch. They are slaughtering everybody.
They are. They're going in. It doesn't seem like they're not any strangers to this kind of setting of competitive play.
No.
We are going to be right back after this little break. You guys, don't go anywhere. Grab a snack, use the restroom, get all the things. We're going to see you right back here after this short break for the last and final match of the day.
Why?
You. Oh, I wasn't. But that's cool.
I
A
don't know.
left-handed handshake. I love it. It was super awkward.
So with this, we're now moving into our final round of the day for North America. One more to go. Gotta say, we're coming back a little bit to where we know the rounds that we're getting familiar with. I do want to point out that naturally the way that this whole event is structured is about trying to make sure that we get as many broadcasters as we can, get them in, try to find some new faces for you guys out there to enjoy watching. So there's going to be multiple rounds of this as it goes forward. We're not looking at a 1 week period. We're looking at multiple weeks. So right now everybody's playing through top 20 duos. Move on to the next round.
Yeah, we are, as you said, this is just week 1 of qualifiers. They're going to move on to the regionals and then into a live finals. So it's going to be exciting. So much more PUBG up ahead. But how about let's take a peek at the last gameplay. Hopefully you got to see some of that before. But let's do some recapping. What happened here with these guys?
Stepping out into the shotgun blast and the return shotgun blast coming back for it. Come follow it up with an easy res. Pop it over here with Horsey, who just lines up a beautiful headshots and just takes him down. Nice position coming out there. Hambinooo with a strong position play right there. And love that spray into a jump shot. That was such a good kill right there.
These guys, it's funny right here. They both, that's Hambinoo's teammate. They took out someone else's kill. They stole their kill. And then they got their kill stolen back.
That's the name of the game. Everybody wants the points. You've been hearing the guys talk about it while we're jumping into their streams. Those 4 points just stack up as it goes through. So everybody's playing a little bit violent, specifically on Miramar. You want to go for those long-range shots.
Yeah, Hambinooo, that seems a little bit more of the MVP-ish of this broadcast, the last broadcast, because he just went in. And as obviously his name says, he just went ham. Drop the hams in chat. I know you got him, everybody.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was coming in there whenever he popped in after game. He was like, bring me all the ham. I think it's something along those lines. So, bring out the hams, I think.
Do you eat ham?
Of course I eat ham. It's amazing. Bacon is like the best food on the face of the earth.
Bacon. Yeah, I love honey-baked ham. You know, for like the holiday time, that honey glaze and the sugar.
Yes. I'm from the South, of course. That's what we do there. It's like, that's the only way to eat ham, in my opinion. But sounds like we've got some stats that are going to be coming our way here in just a second, which I know chat loves the stats. So let's go ahead and bring them over to that.
Show us the stats.
We've got our kills leaderboard coming out here with a Shumi coming up. That is going to be Lumi Ashek. 30 kills so far. That's insane.
Amazing.
Better than you, making their way up through the leaderboards here with 24, which is I Am Swagger and Hambinooo. In third place, we've got Cav Mains with 18 kills. That's going to be EhhDannn and Bobbin. Look at how big the drop down is. 30, 24, 18, and then after that in fourth place, half the kills of first place is going to be Glazed Baguettes, which is smacetron and rivasland.
Man, at this rate, Ashumi's going to take, they're taking almost finally the first chicken dinner, but they're going to also move on, win money for the total kills as well. They're in multiple brackets to win some money.
So with this, let's go ahead and look at all of the player stats as they come together. Naturally, we've got Twitch Lumi coming up there with 17 kills. Falling back behind that is rivasland 13. Hambinooo with 13 of his own. A lot of people stacked up on that 13 side with Ashek and EhhDannn also in that same group. Falling right behind that is I'm Swagger. So, a lot coming through there. And look at this, H1Z1 Survivor coming in with 10 kills. And, I know the chat's got to be loving that. Not used to necessarily seeing him run around and get a lot of kills. That's not what he's most known for. More just kind of accompanying and showing up in random places. So, it seems like it's paying off for him right now. He's showing up in all the right random places to get the kills.
And he's survived. He's showing he's a survivor. That's what he does. It's the name of the game. Or his handle. It's his own handle, isn't it? Surviving all the kills, making all the plays. Matchroom, you're just making me... I don't know. I don't know what's happening right now.
Oh, it's just that time of the day. We've been on for what? At this point, I think that we've had Asia already, EU already, coming to the close on North America. But then even after this, we've got Latin America to follow it up. So, been here for a little while today, but we still have one more round of North America, and I know everybody's getting excited about it.
The last round coming up on Sanhok. I really...
What? Sanhok? Is that the, everybody says it a little bit different.
Nope.
It's kind of like there's like the
Get
people
educated.
that debate.
This is not me shaking your hand. This is me
I know.
pointing at you.
I know. Get off me.
Saying,
Get off.
Ah!
So with that, they did the announcement.
Onion rings.
They did that announcement thing whenever they were like, "This is the proper way to announce all of the maps." And I know different people have different takes on it still, even after that. But here are our top 8 standings with Ashumi, 850 points. Falling back up behind that is Better Than You with 766, almost a 100-point difference between them. Lambo Killers coming in with third at 711, and then we've got Shinjuku, I guess is how you say that right there, at 630. So
definitely starting to see a little bit of a push up towards the top side of the leaderboard. But meanwhile, whenever you look at 4th through about 8th there, they're all within touching distance. This last round could be real influential for all of them.
Yeah, and again, kills do make a difference because there's only a 5-point spread between each place that you get in the round. So you literally could get you could get second, 2 kills. If the other first place team didn't get any kills, boom, you're in first place already over them.
Well, even if you look at it, between 5th and 6th, there's 15 points there. So that's only about 4 kills, all things considered. So it's going to be a big play out coming through there. We're going to definitely start seeing kills become a much bigger factor, specifically where these teams are very close to each other.
Yeah, and the thing is that this is the last map. So you got everything. You got to pull it out right now.
Everything's on the board.
Put it on the table.
Yeah. And naturally, these guys that are in the top 10 spots that we keep showing, they're feeling pretty comfortable at this position moving on to the next rounds. But it's going to be a lot of these guys that are trying to work their way up inside of it. Like, I know that inside of this lobby is going to be Trick2G. You know he's a competitor. He wants to come in and play. We were talking about the fact that his team, Team Gates, did really well, and they're going to be moving on to Berlin. I got to say, if he's kind of in charge of that team, and his team moves on to Berlin, and he doesn't qualify, going to be some trash talk coming, Tricks, where I'm willing to bet.
That's just the capital Y-I-K-E-S.
That being said, they have been performing pretty well inside of this. I got to say, Horsey has been doing a great job, as well as Trick. Seems like Trick keeps getting kind of called out at different points. But Ashek and Lumi, they have just performed round after round. At the end of that last round, we just saw them in a great spot, just murdering everybody as they were trying to reposition across that lowland hills area.
Yeah, because they had that high ground advantage. They could see everybody from the top. They had some good defilade up there too.
Yeah.
With those little dips. They were able to hide behind there. With
That's what Miramar's about. You got to find those like little crevices and play around them and make sure you get these nice angles. And they did such a good job on that. And you know that they've got to just be living the high life, for lack of a better term, being up on top of that hillside there. But we still have this one last round to go.
On?
And I say Sandhawk.
It's Sanhok.
I mean,
you're welcome.
I'll say it wrong. Sanhok. Am I saying it properly now?
It's Sanhok.
Sanhok.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I better get that one down before everybody starts ripping me apart. Because I mean, Twitch chat.
I mean, they're probably most likely
known.
ripping me apart, to be honest. Let's be real.
Twitch chat is just known for being so polite whenever you say
they're
something.
The nicest bunch of people we know.
No. Okay. So with this, I think it's kind of interesting is we're starting to see the meta form around it because we haven't seen a lot of real play come into this map yet, specifically on competitive levels. Naturally, the streamers are going to be very comfortable with it, but we haven't had like a pro meta develop for this map yet. And with the way that it's kind of structured, you can see a lot of really cool plays coming through it, but there's a play style to every single map. And you can start to see that we're getting a little bit of a formulation of what Sanhok plays like. And so it'll be interesting, like specifically with the hillsides. As people come up on those hillsides and they can look back down, there's so much risk on doing those upper peaks. You got to shoot back down the hillside, but then everybody can see you.
Yeah.
So we've seen it kind of play off, but if anything, got to be careful about how like condensed everybody ends up because we saw inside of the earlier round, there were people hiding on top of bodies just waiting to like spring a trap and kill somebody. And it worked.
Yeah, I guess. And you got to get, I don't know.
It's not the way I like to play, but hey, it paid off for him. I'll give him credit for it, and I gotta say, it's fun to see those little modifications come through. Naturally, more of the run and gun is the way I would probably play the map. But if you're done by himself, just drop,
you have to
play something sneaky, be fun, do something fun.
I mean, I'll be honest. One time we were trying to get some of these missions on Sanhok, and we thought we were gonna die early. We snaked it. We were like, let's go all the way back, furthest from the flight path, and let's just hit the ground, prone our way into the next zone. We won that game.
It happens sometimes. Like, we talk about the importance of the looting phase, but sometimes if you get in a bad spot, just do what you can. I mean, that's what PUBG is about. It's about adaptation.
We killed and looted as we went. So we just take their stuff.
Let somebody do all the hard work. Let them do all the looting, and then just take the loot. It's so much easier that way. Because then you can kind of like hang out, chit-chat with your friends, then go kill, and then move your way on and win the round. See? That's the proper strategy to play.
You gotta prep all the side dishes for your chicken dinner, you know? You need some mashed potatoes, some sweet corn. Do you like corn?
Yes.
I love everything corn. Pretty much anything that's made with corn is
I'm a bad human being, and I don't like popcorn.
Oh.
I know a lot of people like popcorn. I'm just weird like that. I just don't like the
weird.
fact that it gets like stuck in your teeth.
It super gets stuck in your teeth, right?
Yes, it's like terrible for that. I would rather just go have like a fun snack. Like give me some like, well, we're not sponsored by certain things, so I can't say it. But let's just say I prefer cheese crackers.
leave it
Oh,
at that.
there you go. Cheesy things are good, and here we go. The map is loading up here. Sanhok, go live. The final map for North America Week 1 qualifiers.
And I gotta say, this is a place to end it on. I love this map, and specifically for duos, it's just everything that you could possibly want. There's so many dynamic places to play around as we do the quick pan around the map. It's just so diverse across different points. This is one of the areas inside this quarry zone right here with, like, I guess the little swamp pit can lead to so many, like, interesting kills because people will drop down and not expect to get slowed down there. But got the plane path up and available, straight through the middle of the map. Everybody's gonna be pretty comfortable with it. Nothing too crazy coming through here. Popping over here with Severin and Megma. I think is how we say that properly. And everybody's just doing their drops out.
No, look at this. Has no one dropped yet? What's happening?
Oh no, we got a couple of drops coming through. It's just
Oh,
all
we
the
weren't
different.
seeing the wide on. Yeah.
And so here we go. We've got everybody trying to do their drops to their locations as they're coming through here. Listen in to see if there's any comms. That's always the point. Whenever people bail out, you get all of the information. Everybody's like, whoa, no, go over here instead.
Yeah, there's a lot of last-minute changes definitely made when you're making this initial drop on Sanhok because you're going for a compound, but then you see another team going there, and maybe they're further to the ground, so you make that last-minute turn to a neighboring compound.
As you can hear right now, he's like, no, come right. We got to reposition over here.
Exactly.
So we're gonna have a couple of guys dropping down on top of each other. Now it all comes down to a little bit of, I would say, like, how confident you feel in some of these points inside of Sanhok, because you know that you're going to have to drop near somebody, but how near do you drop becomes a real question. Do you feel like you're comfortable enough just dropping right inside of a building, grabbing a gun and turning around, spinning on it, and trying to get that fight early, or do you give somebody a little bit of space?
You know
It's always kind of cool to see different teams play different ways.
Exactly, yeah. What I've noticed, you tend to land, even if there's somebody nearby, most people disperse. They don't want to take that initial engagement because they don't want to worry about being taken out right at the start.
Especially when there's money on the table right now. Everybody's playing for qualifying spots. Everybody's going to separate out. So we do have the circle pop
the music,
up.
Though.
Going off over to the west.
Yeah.
Quick draw.
He's playing some music in the background.
Oh, and then they pop off of it right as soon as we start getting into it.
Production.
So with this, you can see that most of the people are going to be in an easy transition point over the map, but it is on that little mini island centralized right now. So we might see a couple of people having to do some like crazy jumps and paths to get over that island if it still stays in that location.
I like the docks.
I don't have a vest
right
yet,
here where
so
they're at. They got these two ships.
There's a hollow right there.
You can pretty much, I mean, anywhere on Sanhok, let's be real, you can find everything that you need.
Really loot dense, to say the least. It's just like, it feels like every time you turn around a corner, you're just like, oh, here's a thing and here's another thing, and so you feel looted very, very quickly, which is one of the things I like about it, because it kind of cuts out that slower pace and lets people like get to a position and get into a fun fight.
You know, because I normally charge for that.
Hey, do we keep looting and running around or what? Or do we
Pie
just wait in
nut,
camp?
pay nut, pie nut.
I'm down to wait in camp or
Pie
loot and run around.
Pie nut.
Doesn't really fucking
I don't
matter to
know.
me.
Well, I'm
We're
not
learning.
We're gonna try to figure this out. I had somebody send me over a sheet with a proper way to pronounce all the stuff on this. Yeah.
Oh.
And I still fail at it. It's like one of those things like Miramar. I get down again. I'm from the south, so I know enough Spanish to where that one works. But whenever we come over here, I'm like, I just know every time I say something, it's gonna get clipped and then thrown back in my face.
Do you try to put a little accent on it at all to make it sound
I tried to one time.
as authentic as possible? No, it didn't work out so well.
Nah, just doesn't work for me. I'll stick to the America ways of saying things.
America.
Be like, it's gonna be pie on over here, and we're gonna be over at the docks.
Ooh, pie now. Now I just want pie.
I wish I had more than a hollow.
Yeah.
With the green. I wish I had more than a hollow too. Hollows are
I'm gonna get back into
having
this,
not the sites.
for healing.
There's actually different people that like different styles. Like there was a period of time where a lot of people were really on the hollow kick.
Oh, right here.
I always lean into the 2s or the 3s, but that's going to be Wood style getting knocked real early. And he's one of our leaderboards, been performing throughout the day. So down, and it looks like they're just hunting for the duo partner at the direct time. This is going to be a hard place to get into a fight because all the crates provide a lot of neat cover positions for them to reposition. And there it is. Shotgun comes through, almost drops deadpine, looking for a lineup on it.
Middle. I'm gonna pull back because
that's unfortunate. Woody is knocking himself in the head right now.
I'm gonna mark the house that they're in.
He did so well. They were so strong at the beginning.
Popping over here with another fight. Looks like they do have vision. Watching them go back and forth between the windows there.
There's another team here, so when you take these guys out, we shouldn't go loot right away, by the way.
Yeah, and they're in the circle, so it's good. They don't have to necessarily force this engagement per se. Just gotta hold them off.
They're just trying to look for something off of it, trying to make sure that they can make the opportunity. So this is all about the information. If they get the down on it, quite misses it just a little bit. Got some headshots on it, but then now becomes the risky part. Do you try to go for the play off of this? And it looks like they are gonna opt into it. Nobody's on the windows, coming out on the outside.
I fucking headshotted this bitch.
Yikes.
Man, he's violent with it. He wants this. Steps back around, lines up, gets the down, easy peasy.
The other one's over here.
On you, house, on you, behind you, on the house you're just in.
Footsteps, a couple of shots going back and forth. Getting a little bit of information going for the window peaks. Remember, he said that there were multiple duos around them. So afraid to go a little bit too aggressive at this point, trying to get a little bit more information, figure out how to push. They're just going to go ahead and just run straight in. Sees him up on the stairs.
He's by the stairs.
Get him right in the face with that vector.
Oh,
No!
frag grenade in return. That's going to be an easy rest, though.
Yeah.
Unless that other team hears it and decides to come in third party.
We haven't seen any.
Yeah, they'll get up. It's just that the more you get knocked down, the quicker your health goes out each and every time. So you definitely want to try to keep those to a minimum, even though you do have an opportunity to get back up.
And you got to burn through more meds. Sure, they're going to get a couple of more meds based off of the kills, but you just want to try to hold on to everything you can at this point.
Yeah, he has no vest now, and now he has to go find one,
Honestly, bro, when we
which
play
will be pretty high probability of finding a vest.
Well, yeah.
Especially
I mean,
Painan.
there's just so much stuff going on around him. You can already hear that another fight is breaking out off in the distance. Already rocking the spa towel. Look at that. Make sure he knows he has Twitch friends. The person they killed. There it is right there. So
pick it up.
Just remember, guys, if you are not a member of Twitch Prime, it's super simple. All you have to do is be a member of Amazon Prime, and then you get free stuff all the time. And right now, there is the Twitch crate that's coming out that has all the spa stuff in it. So go get it for free. Like, all you have to do is just do a couple of clicks, and then it's free cosmetics. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love cosmetics. That's like half the reason I play a lot of these games.
Oh, especially free cosmetics.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
And so, enough about the cosmetics coming through. I'm sorry, I just really like the spa set. So, with this getting a little bit more loot coming out of this, so it's going to pop back over here with another one of our strong performing teams, and this is going to be EhhDannn and Bobbit holding a position already.
20 somewhere.
Trying to make their way inside the circle, getting a little bit more information. You can see on the mini-map, circles coming in right back behind them, so they're going to have to reposition here in just a bit, but they're just trying to see if they can catch any stragglers as they run in.
They're just smart. Oh.
Couple of shots, and they all go wide on this. And so let's see if they can line it up. No downs coming into play yet. Looks like they're playing off of the rock. Both of them are inside the safe zone at the direct time, but H1Z1 Survivor is not surviving. The shot's coming his way as he's gotten knocked down. I can see chuun's just trying to make it back up to the top on near on no life. That was a shot. Those shots gave away their position, and they just got spun on.
The QBU is so loud. And that's the thing, is that you can't just stand out in the open and start taking shots on anybody you see. You've got to make sure that you can have cover from anybody that could potentially be third-partying you, because you can literally bat an eye, turn to your side, and you're third-partying somebody in an instant.
All right, so here we go. Let's see how they make any plays based off of this. They seem to be very set in the fact that there is somebody back over into this position, trying to gather a little bit more information. New circle has popped, and it looks like they are nowhere near it, so I have about a minute and 46 seconds. Trying to figure out how they're going to play based off of it, so they're doing a little bit of listening.
They're going to run right to us. I know there.
I think that they have a bead on the path and coming through here, but now it's just a matter of how long do you wait, because at some point you know the fact that you have to make it out and get into some type of positioning, because you don't want to be playing the edge as you move in. Meanwhile, we're over here with Desert Punk and Deadpine, are inside of the UAZ, driving around inside here, and that's like we talked about. Taosse, I'm sorry. What am I thinking about? No UAZs on this map. So
right
it's
here.
A little bit risky. Does this nice spin back around and gets the down, and they are already real low on life, so that was influential there.
Teammate is.
That was a really good reaction on that. He just happened to see him out of the corner of his eye and was able to get that down completely. I want you to heal right now, buddy. Can you do that for me? Just take
Desert
over.
Punk got the heal back off in this time. Like, step back, go back over to the rocks, get some healing. There we go.
Yeah.
Rotate it out.
Oh,
No,
he's not.
going to play it aggressive.
Maybe he doesn't have anything. Well, I can't.
Well, he can get some meds.
Yeah, he's got meds.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
So now he should be able to get loaded up and get back into a good position. Circle does look like it's condensing around the island, so that means a couple of guys are going to have to make their way over there. As we're popping over here, back and forth. It's going to be going down again. H1Z1 Survivor did get rezzed earlier, so it looks like they managed to get back up. And we're at full life before that down.
We literally pushed up right when the last shot.
Are they still trying to kill somebody in the blue?
I saw one dude run
with 20 seconds. This seems like this is I don't know. This is a little bit of an overcommitment in my opinion, because they still have to cross a good section of the map to get back over into the safe zone.
Hit the rock. 155.
A lot of people playing on the edge right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's still being in the blue.
him.
Oh, and the
Hit him.
blue is moving.
Got one
What is
shot
this?
onto
I
him,
think it's
trying to get a
a
little
separate
bit more information out on it. Actually, going for the
How far do we gotta
reposition.
go?
So here we go. They're having to do the run-in.
I
It's
don't
not too
know. I don't know.
terribly
I honestly
far,
don't know.
but you know there's going to be a lot of people already in position. 57 people alive,
sees me.
and you don't want to get
I've
caught
only
into a
got
fight in the
bandages,
blue
so-
right now. All he has is bandages, as you heard him
cover
just
here.
say. This is just going to be damage control at this point.
Tossing smokes.
we
They
can go
have
back to the car.
anyone on their team have smokes. Need to bust them out. That's what sucks. Is it worth sticking on the edge to try to get that guy that's in the blue?
I don't see this guy. Oh,
Well, if
there
he goes for a reposition, he can easily get dropped, so he knows that he
Well,
has
they
to get him at
disabled
this
red
point.
zones.
We're still in the early stage of the game. Blue doesn't hit super hard, but you can see trying to get shots on 2 different people. And is that going to be a red zone?
Just
that appears
go,
on
just
top
go.
of him?
I'm gonna full, I'm gonna use my last bandage.
Oh, we've all seen how this is going to play out.
Dead.
If so help me, if a red zone takes down somebody, that's just going to be clipped to
I'm
no
watching
end.
the kill feed for that.
So, all right, so here we go. We've got everybody that's got a little bit of a position inside of safe zone here, trying to look back up.
Up the hill, up the hill. Up this hill, up this hill, up
This
this
is
hill.
dangerous. This is, like you can see, that's one of the things about this map. There's so many little divots that people can play around as you push up. It's nerve-wracking as you go through because there could just be somebody anywhere.
And you were speaking about being on the high ground on this map specifically, and how it's dangerous because the grass is something about the elevation, the way it's tilted. You sometimes you can't see the people below you like you can on other maps as easily.
Taking some pot
Oh.
shots back over there.
He saw that booty.
The Blues starting to encroach, so they just want to move forward and get into a little bit better of a spot so that way they don't take any extra damage. Meanwhile, just trying to keep a beat on where they are, so that's why they're just doing the reverse spins.
Bienvenido a Twitch, bro.
Hay uno corriendo al 345, capaz que es el compañero.
Oh,
Vale.
Italian? Sounds Italian?
Vale.
I can't differentiate.
Bienvenido. That's it. I think that's Italian. Yikes.
I'm not going to say one way or the other. I'll just leave it be. Honestly, it's a language that I'm not 100% familiar with, so we'll leave it at that.
I just love it. I love how it sounds.
Debe ser el compañero.
We were talking about Nate was last match loving to
No, no es el compañero.
roll the R's. So he would have a heyday with this.
Ooh, that was a nice shot coming out from them. Getting the headshot on them is trying to encroach from the blue.
Sí.
Oh.
Hay otro equipo al 345.
I mean, they're beating in on this. They have complete control right now. Minute 44 they have to go. Let's go ahead and get the kill onto that. Step on that side.
I'm still trying to figure out this language.
Full commit into it.
Full
Look
commit.
around. Try to make it out on the UI. Twitch chat.
Well, me
Feel
falta
free
una.
to add us to let us know on this one.
Where's
But a bridge fight happening coming out over here.
Behind
That's
the
going to be a
crowd.
rough position coming over here, and this is going to be with Horsey and Trick, I believe. Trying to line up and get some control over on this. They're going to have to make their way just a little bit
Trying to
further
smoke his boy
forward.
out. Let's push up. Let's just push up.
He's behind a green truck now.
I think he just killed his boy.
Killed
no,
his
he didn't.
boy?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
He's still behind a box. Go rush. I'll let
It's
you
one
know
of the
if he
things
rushes
about
up. He's
playing in
rushing
an
up
event
right
like
now.
this. You have a general idea on who all is
I got
playing
nades.
inside of it, so you got to keep an eye on the kill feed so you can see if duo partners or anything like that go down.
He's shooting
Nice
at me.
side flank. He has complete vision on this. Now it's just a matter of lining up the shot before he gives away his position.
And that's a pro player right there. Pro plays. Me, I would have started opening fire.
I'm waiting for him to stand
My
still, dude,
casual
so I don't
self.
miss a shot.
Well, they're not inside the
You gotta
safe
pick his
zone
way,
yet, so
right.
that's what they were waiting for.
That's
Waiting
true.
for him to reposition. There he goes. Gets the shot onto it now.
Gameplay, and that's the one thing we really don't. We do the opposite of competitive gameplay. We're a different breed.
They are a
We
different
are a different breed. What's going on?
Oh, he's watching the kill
Hey,
feed.
what's going on?
Hey!
Coming over here. By the way, I love the helmet.
Creator G, welcome back to the stream. I saw you get a gifted.
Oh, they're talking to us, man. I got real excited for a second.
Nah, there's going to be a little bit of delay there.
No,
but
I know.
coming over here and
I
listening
like to
in.
dream, you know?
Yeah, maybe
Gotta dream
one
big,
day.
Matchroom. Gotta dream big.
I just want to, I don't know. I love the voice changer that he's got going on.
Oh, yo. There's a crate right behind us. 10. That's level 3 gear.
Hey, whoa.
And we've got somebody on a wave rider. That would have been a
If he
beautiful
gets
shot.
this, I'm
Yeah.
donating $5 to his
It's a
channel.
fucking, it's a jet ski. It's a jet ski.
Tell me I won't, chat. Tell me I won't. Do it.
Distance.
Do it.
And it's kind of risky at this point, but I do like the play coming off of it. He's trying to make some form of commitment. But
pull up over here.
I find it's kind of interesting that he's still
Over here.
driving just straight through the middle of the river. At some point, you would have thought they'd make landfall.
At least snaking through. He just was like beelining it.
Nah, he
straight
just
lining
doesn't
it.
even care. He's just going to get it straight through. He's like, nobody's
It
going to hit
worked.
me. It'll be fine. And
Yeah.
it pays off.
Right here is fine, dude. Yeah, we're chilling right here.
That's the thing about Sanok as well. With there's so many
Look at that
levels.
Mhm.
With the rocks, they're climbable, unlike other other maps where.
Sounds like there's a team by
it's
Hatin.
like trying to get information and information control inside of this map is
yeah, that's
just
impressive.
really hard to
Well,
do based
you
off
need a
of all the
commentator
different
AR?
train points. So I like how they let you play around
yeah.
with the different train spots so you can climb up, get
Yeah.
something on it.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even tell you how many times I'm learning to become accustomed to checking the top of rocks, but I'll just be running into an area thinking it's clear. I'm scanning the horizon, the grass, and then someone's sitting on top of the rocks.
All right, we do
might be
have
a
a
team
new
behind
circle
us, by the
pops,
way.
and it's going to have a little bit of the river still in play. So Wave Rider might have managed to make his way into the safe zone by cutting in a little bit further. So pays off again, getting a little bit more out of it. So now we got to see how everybody else starts to make their way inside the circle.
Let's go up this hill right here.
Just gotta worry about these two.
It's going to be an interesting place to play around, given the fact of how much water's inside here. So
ready to pop ahead.
might have a couple of mermaids taking a swim, having to make their swim across the outside. Because right now, I don't think that a lot of people
Alright,
have actually
over here,
fully
grab the
committed to
level 3
playing
gear
on the island yet. So with this, that means that a lot of these guys are going to have to try to find some type of pathing to make it inside the safe zone. That's going to be real awkward. I mean, your options are essentially a bridge that we've already seen has been camped once, or swimming across.
I mean, look, there's so many people
Yeah, come grab it,
that are going to need to cross the water. I'm waiting to see this turn into an Olympic swim meet.
All right, let's roll in.
Just go full triathlon with it.
Everyone
You know,
just
make the jump down, do the swim across. But that's the problem is, like, I mean, it's going to favor everybody that's already got position on the land. It's hard to make like a Normandy breach onto these like beaches because people will just be waiting for it.
They're gonna come up this mountain.
All right.
Let's see, got to pay off. That's a strong commitment there. They're gonna come up the mountain.
You gotta run. You got the gas. You got the gas. I need you with me.
They're coming up the mountain. right now.
When she comes.
And this is a conversation that we've all had before. It's just like, but I see guys. It's like, no, but we've got to get inside the safe zone.
Wait,
but I see guys.
Get cover. Get cover.
So it looks like he might get into a reposition point. Let's see.
I gotta look down on him right now.
I don't see him. I see him.
Oh, there we go. Got lines up the shot on. Goes a little bit wide. Hasn't quite managed to get the knock yet. He's giving away his position. Spins back around and does get the down onto one. So with that, we know that a second one is around at the direct time. Return fire starting to come in. Trick's getting dropped real low. Manages to make it back behind the tree.
And I want to point out, I made a mistake earlier. It's not, the green blood isn't colorblind mode. I'm sorry, chat. Okay, I'm so sorry. I don't use it, so I'm unfamiliar with it. But it's the Korean rating, because that whole thing about, you know, they don't want to see the blood and everything.
And so with this, you can see, this is what we were talking about. Look at the map right now. There's so many people trying to figure out how to get across, make it into the safe zone. And you can see a lot of people really trying to go out across that bridge. There's going to be a couple little skirmishes that pop up. But I got to say, this is going to get violent really fast around that southern area.
That's competitive PUBG for you, right? I mean, it's just
survive until the chaos kicks in.
Yep, and then 20% into towards the end of the map,
We'll have cover.
just bodies
don't even
dropping
shoot.
like flies.
Okay, watch our backs.
So we can see that Trick does have this high ground position that they can look down on. There are going to be multiple duos coming to what would be the right
Okay, come
side.
over here. Come over. Come here. There's a rock.
So it depends on how they play around.
Team down low coming up on us, right to our right.
A rock.
Looks like they did get sights on one of them. I believe that there's about 3 duos in that general vicinity. So just see how they make a play off of it. And look at this horsey just going out and being aggro onto this, stepping out and through. A couple of shots go back and forth onto the blue, and look at this horsey just steps forward, full on. But now they've got somebody coming back up behind him as you can hear Trick's play, making the shots onto this.
Got him. Healing.
That's teamwork.
Still going a little bit loud, just trying to make sure that they secure the kills, because again, that's 4 points. You want to make sure that you don't leave anything on the table right now.
Yeah, you know, especially on these smaller maps too, when it's super easy to just steal someone else's kills.
I'm gonna go up. I'm going up. Behind a rock. Got smoke.
I'm trying to.
Right over here. On me.
Pan him, I dare you.
Do you have smoke? Brings up the pan. Don't worry, guys.
Oh, got a little tension building up right here.
I can't fucking.
That's the way you talk to your teammates, right?
Smoke you fucking prone, dude.
And look at that headshot. Just lost his helmet. It's like, nope.
Okay, that's good. You
oh,
you're done.
The zone.
You're done.
You gotta pick me
Oh,
up.
this
That
is
ticks
not.
Run.
This is greedy. Yeah.
You just gotta go. You just gotta go at
abandon
this
that.
point. So many people outside in the blue right now, as you can see. Coming over here with another duo as they're trying to run their way down this.
Oh, he's not making it.
It's good. It's
Put your
taking
gun
a lot
away.
of damage on each one of these little. Well, actually managed to make it not too much
No.
damage, but do they not have any meds to play off of? Oh, well, this is gonna kill him no matter what. Just
Yeah.
Chill outside the play zone.
It would have been cool if we managed to die off with a drop
See the
there,
guy
but
running. He's still on the rocks.
so now it's all
Go,
about the
teammates.
nuisance.
Go for the W.
Play off of this position, feed information to your teammate. Try to
Oh,
see if they stay
Nuisance is
alive.
his teammate.
So Nuisance is trying to make the break, following right out back behind him. You can hear him going loud right now. I haven't seen anybody kill off of, but I think he's going to be dropping into where several duos are positioned at. So Nuisance still has his work cut out for him.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get a
Hey,
little
well
nuisance
done there.
POV. Or no.
You got this.
So coming over here with Megna, making his approach on the outside of this. Now down to 16 players alive. You can tell that that's dropping real quick. Already down to 9. Good lord.
Yeah.
That got chaotic real quick.
Yeah, you got killed from your back, bro. Like,
Do you have bandages?
I do.
All right.
All right, so
Nine
Magna, as
We're
he's
gonna
trying to
do-
get a little bit of
we're gonna get points
information,
for this
he does have
round.
the
Good
circle that's right next to
I'm
him.
glad I saved you.
Oh my god.
He's
A
excited.
little bit. Regionals.
Dad bods. Let's do it.
Yay! Hashtag dadbods in chat right now. Let's go.
All right,
Where
so
are
now
they?
down to 8 in this direct time. Looks like we have 2 duos that are up and active and a couple of well, actually a lot of duos that are still up. Looks like everybody's just in different positions on the outside of the map. And look at this, we've got several of the duos caught up on top of each other right now.
Wow.
Nobody's inside the safe zone, as it's really not that much in play inside of it. You're going to have one team that's going to win on the eastern side that can play along a ravine, but really that
Raise the
road is
maple
just
syrup.
wide out in the open
7
and just
left.
a no man's land.
There he goes. He's rotating
means
out
at
just
best we're top-
before
we're
Scurry
top
comes up
3
on his
teams,
tail.
top 4
But it was influential. Those 2 duos got into a fight, and they were kind of distracted with each other and allowed him to make that cross. So now he's gotten into a good position, but he has several different people that could be encroaching behind him. Now he's going loud, giving away his
Hit him
position. Let's
3
see if anybody
times. Are
sees
you
him.
kidding me?
It's going to be dangerous to peek up and around that hill.
Little Lex. Oh god, little Lex. You're against Lexi and Confang.
Of course I am.
Oh,
you
he's
can
trying to
tell.
psych his teammate out. Don't die, dude. Oh, die.
There we go. We've got H1Z1 survivor, Bananaman himself, still up and active. Popping back over here,
8
see him get the
kills.
kill onto it. Bananaman really making his way. We saw him earlier, had a couple of kills, but now he's just switching out the position. That's where the risk comes in. Whenever you go loud and move to go for the loot, now somebody knows exactly where to look.
It's a very vibrant setting.
Gotta embrace the colors. You know,
Yeah.
Bananaman's all about the yellow, so
I see that.
make it show up there. So now down to 3 here. Anthony Confang goes down to play zone. So I guess he was playing on the outside of that. Didn't necessarily want to give up the points for the kill there. So taking a couple of shots as he does see one. That's back behind the rock there. I think that we might be looking at 3 different solos at the direct time. I'm not 100% certain yet, though, but I think we have these 2 that are posted up there, trying to get a couple of shots, and it does look like it because we're over here with Lexi. He's in a completely different control point than what we were looking at beforehand. So yes, we have 3 different solos now down to a 1v1.
En términos de kills, pero... Madre de Dios.
A little bit of information. Circle did pop back over to where Bananaman was at. Oh, he goes for a reposition and gives it away. Now it's going to be all into Lexi doing the hard push coming forward now. And man does have control over the circle, but is not necessarily being very dominant with it. Grenade salvos coming out. This could be big. Is any of these connect? And anticipation!
It's killing
Bananaman's still alive. It does connect a little bit, knocked him down to about half life.
So we probably won't know the tabulate like the final
Can he
score
connect
for
onto this? He does the peek off to the side. Getting a little bit of an exchange here. Now they're both inside the safe zone. You can see that everybody's gotten dipped real low. Lexi's opting away from the heals. Now he's going to just go ahead and go for that. Now waiting for, I think that we're at the pause point. Yeah, it's going to force everybody to move a little bit further forward in 42 seconds. So an exchange back and forth, smoke's going out. Switching over to a little bit stronger of a gun, trying to connect on the headshots, but they go wide. Now going to step forward, use that opportunity. If he can make it to this rock and push on Bananaman, surely he has to hear the footsteps. How are they going to play around this? Is he going to climb the rock? Is he going to go around to the outside? Going to go for the side peek on a lot of damage onto Bananaman at this point. How's he going to play it? Goes for the outside spin on it, and look at that! Little Lexi manages to come up with the kill.
With the win, Lexi, let's go! Globo Gym Purple Cobras. That's their team name. Amazing.
Can you beat Globo Gym Purple Cobras? Aren't those 2 different teams inside of?
I don't know.
That's from Dodgeball.
I know.
Right? Globo Gym is the villains inside of Dodgeball, if I
Yikes,
remember
I have
correctly.
no idea.
I've taken the risk, and I thought I knew the meme, so we'll find out whenever we review the VOD, and Twitch chat's just like, meh.
Tell us, chat.
So with that, that is the end of North America. All 5 rounds now done and completed. So we got a little tabulation going on with points at the direct time, but I gotta say, really solid finish coming through there. I love that map. It is so fun to watch.
It's super fun to play, too.
Yes.
I mean, I think for us and for you guys to watch it, as you said, it's super fun to watch because you are forced to get in engagements. There isn't much space and room for you to chill without finding and running into somebody else and having to take on a fight, or you just keep hiding. I've actually even really had a time where I hid and people were just flying by me. It can happen. But either way, let's take a look at
let's take a look at
happened.
what we saw inside this last round and bring it back over and through. So we're back over here with Chuun taking a couple of shots in this nice. Looks like he's going to line up and get the second shots. Goes for the drop on it. Got to go for the reload. Got the knockout on the chocobars. So with this, did we ever find out what language they speak?
Say again?
Did we ever find out what language they speak? Because I know you were all about it.
Oh, I know. I mean, I think. Yikes. I don't think it's either that or Portuguese. But I don't know how you count in Portuguese. He said cinco, so.
It's some variant of Spanish. I was noticing that, but just based off of the way it pops up there. So with this, we've got a nice knock onto Deadpine. We're here with Trick with him whenever he gets his lineup. Gets the shots onto one. A couple of them go a little bit wide, but he does manage to finish the job there in the end.
Right.
Meanwhile, popping over to his teammate Horsey, steps out inside the blue, takes the shots, lines him up, gets caught in a little bit of tree combat, and just backwards peeks and just lines up, trying to run out over here.
Great control over that AKM from that range.
It's a lot of sprays that were coming down as the blue was encroaching. You tell a lot of teams were trying to really stay right on the edge of it, got caught in these long-range shots. And again, Megan coming up
no
here.
idea what was coming to him.
Gets dropped off of that. Bananaman coming over here, gets another drop onto Scurry there. This is going to be about how he plays off of this position, and there comes the end.